Yeah. You are now tuned into the Sassy Spin Podcast, hosted by Janique, Jess, and Dom. Together they are confident, bold, and free-spirited women. If you like conversations with a little bit of sass, you join the right podcast. This is the Sassy Spin. Let's get it, ladies.
Hey. What's up, ladies?
Period and period.
Period and period.
Period and period.
Y'all really gotta make that girl famous.
I know, no, for real.
Wait, is that Honey Boo Boo on that damn? Who is that?
Child,
No, I thought that was Honey Boo Boo when I first seen that damn video.
She ain't had surgery yet.
Ooh,
That lady, that girl.
who is that? Wait, first of all, who is that girl?
It's just a random white girl.
Just singing period and
she went
just
viral.
But shit, she had Chloe. She had all kinds of people.
Or maybe y'all bitches go viral singing her damn song.
Period and period. You gotta do the tongue.
You gotta
though.
do oh,
Period
Lord.
and
She gotta do
period.
the tongue. Her tongue look paralyzed.
All I know is I'm feeling good today.
Yes.
It's Sunday, game day.
Oh my God.
Yes, football season is back. Y'all see the jersey? Y'all see the number 99? Don't start hating. Look,
Girl,
don't start
goodbye.
hating.
Anyway,
Rams Nation, we going back. We running
Going
it back.
back. Where?
Yes. To the
Yeah,
Where
Super
y'all
Bowl.
going back to?
We are the 2022 Super Bowl champs. Don't start hating.
2022. Get your ass out of here. Anyways.
Not 2023.
But they 2023, boy. They won this year.
I'm just gonna predict ahead of time.
Oh yes, it will be. Oh, see, you sound like this hater over here.
Anyways.
Ooh, yes.
You know,
I
I'm
just
not
like to
gonna
watch
start
for
with
the pedal pushers.
her. Oh my God.
Lord.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Okay, listen. Okay.
What you
Let's
got to
get
say?
this show started because y'all play too much. Okay.
what's
I'm just
going on?
joking.
What's going on, ladies?
No, so we need to do our mental check-in.
Oh God.
Definitely have
Are
to
we
mentally check in with you ladies. And I want to know how you guys are doing.
Get my tissue ready.
I know, girl. No, pass it over here too, girl. I'm serious.
Oh, what's
Janique,
going
let's start
on?
with you. What's going on?
I'm good. You know what? I do want to talk about something that it just really broke my heart hearing the news about PNB Rock. And maybe, I mean, my stepdaughter introduced me to him because I didn't even know who he was because I would hear his song. You know that song, Dangerous? And I used to always think that was Ty Dolla $ign. Because he sounds like him, but then she put me onto that Selfish song. And when I started looking up his songs, I'm like, oh, that's PNB Rock. And just hearing about his death recently in LA, and we're from LA, you know, so it's like right next door, and hearing about his death and the fact that I've been going to that shopping center to get my hair done for over 20 years.
Me too. What's going on?
And I know that area very well. In fact, I was there, it was a shooting there 2 months ago. So just hearing that just really broke my heart because it hit so close to home. And what really made it even worse for me is that they're blaming the girlfriend. Or does he have a kid? I think she has a kid with him too, right?
It's his baby's mother. Too.
So everybody's coming for her. And it's like this woman just saw her boyfriend, her kid's father, get gunned down and killed in front of her. And y'all blaming her for sharing a location. Now, keep in mind, I will say I don't agree with sharing your location because you never know, especially on social media. You don't know who's watching you. I'm not even famous, and I wouldn't share my location because there's so many eyes on you because you're on social media. But to blame her and make it seem like she's the determining factor as to why he was killed, especially people that's not from LA and don't know that area. I know that area very well, and it's always people hanging out. So you just got to be careful, and I just feel like it is a sad situation when you become successful and you want to do things for yourself, and you want to flaunt your wealth. Like you want to show off. Look, I'm successful. This is what I can afford. You know, I can do these things for myself, but not everybody's gonna be happy for you. And you just gotta be careful how you move, especially in certain areas, because now everybody's talking about I don't want to come to LA. That can happen anywhere. Yeah, it can happen. Kim Kardashian got robbed in London. So it's I'm just saying it can happen. You got to be very careful, especially when you I'm like, what is it? Especially when when you have all that jewelry on. You know, you have all that money around you got chains, and you got to just really be careful. But rest in peace to PNB Rock. My condolences to his family and the mother of his child. Like, I know she's going through a lot. That's a very traumatic situation, and like I said, it just hit home for me because this is where we're from, and it's just been so much going on in LA. What is you guys' take on?
You pretty much said everything.
Yeah. No, and like I said, that Roscoe's is when I found out it was that Roscoe's of all Roscoe's, I'm like, he didn't want to go to the one in.
The one by the 405.
I know, like right there.
Like anywhere you go,
no,
if you're gonna have all that
not
jewelry
that.
on, you
Listen,
want to have security though.
Listen,
You always want to have security. If you
I think I
that.
heard Charlamagne say it on the Breakfast Club. If you can afford it, then you got to afford the security and to protect it.
Right.
You can't be walking around with $100,000 jewelry in a poor like that neighborhood. Though he was wearing his jewelry's more than the houses in that area.
Right.
So it's just like, you know, rest in peace to him. But when I heard about that Roscoe's, I'm like, he went to that Roscoe's. Why that one? You don't never. We all know not to go into that one. That's the one you get the food to go.
You go in and you go out.
You say, I want to order an Obama special. I'm gonna come pick it up.
I don't even go on that side of the freeway, so I don't even step on that side of the freeway. So
yeah,
I just stay on that. I don't do it. But
well, mentally, it's been hard, y'all. I didn't pass my test.
Oh, damn.
I was depressed. Oh my gosh. But you know, I went to Jamaica, which kind of made me feel better. You know what I'm saying? I needed that time to get a mental break. You know what I'm saying? I shook ass. I twerked on my man. I twerked on my husband. You know I got to twerk on every country we visit. I got to twerk on them. So, you know, I twerked in Jamaica. So that was our last. But it was really fun. We had a really good time. It was something that I needed. Now I'm back to got to do this test again. I've already talked to my chair. So we have a plan in place and jump back on it. I got to hurry up with this. I got to finish this schooling stuff. Y'all know it's stressing me out, but I believe I'm going to be done. I should be done by probably the end of this month. I should hear from them on this week, actually. So I'm feeling a lot better. My headspace is I'm in a better space right now. But yeah, I was a little depressed, especially last week. I was trying to pull myself out of it because you know how depression is. Once you get into that dark space, and you kind of stay there, it's hard to pull yourself out. So it's like you have to try to pull yourself out. So I was trying to pull myself out of that space, and Jamaica kind of helped that too. So I'm here with y'all, and I'm happy to be here. So yeah, that's where I'm at mentally.
Where am I at mentally? The only thing I've probably been mentally thinking about is like the next step in life. Like, even though I'm, I don't want to tell them I'm 30.
Bitch, tell that age. Old as fuck.
You know, I'm tap dancing. I'm tap dancing on that almost in the 40 waters. But at the end of the day, I was just literally just telling myself that mentally I need to stop being afraid to do things because mentally I don't do stuff out of fear of failure. And I was just like, in order for you to fail, you have to at least try it.
Right. Yes.
But unfortunately, I've not been a person that I've always played safe all the time my entire life just to make sure that if I didn't take a chance or if I didn't go out and how can I mess up if I already pre-planned or I know how the situation is going to go if I did this. So now I'm going through the process of trying to basically step out on faith and actually, prepare for failure if it comes. Right. Hopefully I can gain enough knowledge to where I can, if I do fail, it's not harsh. Right. It's not a harsh fall.
At least you tried. My main thing is you will be more disappointed if you didn't try versus failing. Like you never know. And then sometimes you can't be afraid to fail because it teaches you life lessons. It teaches you're learning as you.
I will learn right now. I really come to the terms of that now that I'm about to hit 40 waters. I still got some time, so let's not say I'm 40, but I still got a little bit of time to get there.
Jessica over here trying to fix her mic.
I can't fix it. It goes lower and lower. Food gonna be on my coochie in a minute.
But at the end of the day, it's like I'm getting slowly working up out of fear and getting into at least trying things and going outside of my comfort zone and going after things that normally I wouldn't have done, but now I'm about to start trying to do that. So when I started doing it, I'm gonna put it out there, and y'all better support.
Of course, we're gonna always support, and I completely understand where you're coming from because I go through that. It seemed like every day, like especially in my career, I'm like, this is not what God has planned for me. Mm-hmm. Like I know He has better plans for me, but I have to open my eyes and start.
Your talent is bigger.
What you're exactly like. You got to follow your heart. You got to follow what God is telling you. Because I'm like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. But I love the fact that we're doing this. Because this is one of the main things I really wanted to do with you ladies, and we talked about it for a long time, and now we're here and we're doing it. So it just goes to show whatever you put your mind to, you're gonna do it. But you just have to believe in yourself. And,
So let's talk about the Kendrick concert because y'all know we all went last night. We got to talk about the GOAT right now.
Yes.
So, how did you guys
still
like?
recovering.
I'm still recovering. No, seriously.
Let me let y'all know something. We are hungover. Right
yes,
now.
we are so
went to
hungry.
a Kendrick concert last
We are
night.
legit hungover.
I am. Listen, I'm very hungover, and then we
You
still
know what it
drinking.
was?
Shots.
You know what it was? They came up in the room. They was like, "Oh yeah, what do y'all want to drink?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I want some Henny and Coke." And they was like, "Well, we got to bring the whole bottle of Henny." And I said, "I ain't paying for that." And they was all like, "Oh no, it's free." I said, "Bring it,
Bring all the bottles.
Bring all the damn
Listen, I want the bottles. I want the bottle girls. I want the.
boat last night.
I was
She
driving
like,
it.
"Oh, let her-
Get
don't
me
tell her it's free."
right.
Yeah.
I don't even like Hennessy, but I drank that.
You
It
don't
lasts.
like Hennessy and you
Girl.
drank it?"
I mean, I'm not a Hennessy, not with shots and stuff. I'll mix it with something like a sidecar, but shots of Hennessy. Oh, I'm thinking about it right now. Y'all, I'm gonna throw up. Ooh, right. Seriously, it almost came up.
Oh, girl.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
The bitch is over here about to throw. I ain't want to think about
my
Hennessy.
God.
Oh
Let me
my
tell you
God.
something. We had so much fun. I just know when Money Trees came on, I felt the Holy
This
Ghost.
bitch really
and
had the Holy
Hennessy
Ghost.
in my spirit, in my veins. I was like, woo.
This bitch was going crazy. I said,
was.
"Oh, this
It
her
was so much
song."
fun. That's
And
my
you know I
song.
pumped
That's
her
my
up.
song.
You know I pumped her up.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
Lord.
No, we got to tell the story about how you showed me your phone saying, Dominique ain't going to be able to make it tomorrow. She not going to be able to make it. She got bit by a Rottweiler. Now, mind y'all,
We just saw it.
mind y'all, because we went to Fixin's. We went to Fixin's Kitchen. Which
Shout
is
out to Fixin's.
Fixin's, yes. But we went there, and it's across. It's
right next
door
door.
to this. I still say the
Staples Center.
Okay,
Staples
we know it
Center.
ain't
Ain't calling
Staples
no
Center.
goddamn
Crypto.
whatever that
The
is.
fuck?
Right next door to the crypto. So she sent, like, when we're in the venue, she's like, Dominique got bit by a Rottweiler.
She went to a block
She ain't
party.
gonna be able to make it
Mind
tomorrow.
you, I just saw these bitches.
We was in
I said,
Fixin's
Jessica,
together.
we just seen Dominique and Fixin's. How the hell? So she walked out of Fixin's down to the damn Staples Center, and the Rottweiler just let loose and bit her in the damn hand. So I'm calling Dominique like, Dominique, what's going on? We gotta rush to the ER.
Let me just tell you something.
Alcohol is the worst.
Alcohol
It's
is
the
the
worst.
It is.
It's the worst. Cause why would y'all think that? And then when they
It
called
was
me,
the dress.
Yeah,
Then
listen to
when
me.
they-
I was drunk. I
then
told
when
y'all
Janice
drink
called
Hennessy.
me and was like, "Girl, you got bit by a dog." I was all like, "So y'all just didn't read that message, huh? Y'all didn't really fully read the message
So I had
before
to go
you
back
called
and
me."
read the message, and it said a block party. I said, Dominique,
I said Dominique.
She was
Dominique
just
went to
at
a block
Fixin's.
party on LA Live
In a matter of 10 minutes.
In a matter of 10 minutes.
In a matter of
I
10
said,
That's
minutes,
why
I
I
left and went to a block party and came back. Okay.
That's
all
why I
right.
don't drink Hennessy. But but listen, Kendrick put on an amazing show. But y'all already know. I just think he's like. I already believe like his vision is amazing. Like they have, his vision is amazing, and he puts on a good show. I wanted to say it was one of the greatest, but we went to Coachella to see Beyonce, so we already know how that.
Well, no, Beyonce,
No, those are apples and
Kendrick,
oranges.
Right.
No, but I'm saying like
they're
as far as
great performers.
I'm
As
saying
far as
performers
entertaining.
and entertaining.
In their
'Cause I'm-
fields, they both.
They're amazing.
That's what I
Yeah,
said.
right.
But that's why I said that's why I said I put him at the very, very top. But then I was like, okay, I got to put Beyonce and then it's Kendrick as far as like performing, and I'm saying like just performance because
yeah,
they both
'cause
put on
Beyonce
they
about to
both
shake
put on
ass.
they
Oh,
both
yeah.
put on
I can't wait for her
amazing
tour.
shows. Like they
I
give you
cannot
your
wait.
money's
I don't
worth.
know if I'm gonna go to this one, y'all.
I
I
don't know
gotta
either.
go. I love that album.
I don't even.
gotta go.
I gotta
to
make.
this.
If I do go, I gotta learn how to duck walk.
I gotta learn to save my damn money because I know them damn tickets gonna be too damn expensive. But I wanna go.
Her album gave me straight house. Gave me straight.
No,
It
not
gave
at
me
all.
life.
It's definitely a different like vibe, but I feel like it's for our age range.
I'm gonna,
Right,
I'm gonna
I
duck
love
walk
it.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. When
love
especially
it.
in the time that we're living in, it's so with everything going on, it just gave me life. Like I just felt happy listening to that album. Like I woke up that next morning twerking a church girl 5 o'clock in the morning.
Girl, I
what they
love
talk-
that.
They talking
If you
about
wanna-
you. They talking about you.
They
Oh,
wanna-
they talking about me.
You are
'cause
not
I
a
was-
church girl. That girl ain't been to church,
I'm
and
not.
I don't know when the last time her ass went to church. She gonna walk up in that motherfucker and burn. She walk 1 foot.
No, let's
she
not-
gonna burn.
Let's not
I'm
act
just
like none
joking.
of us. If we all walked up in there, we wouldn't burn properly.
Right.
Girl, I'm burning right when I ain't even
you
going. I'm,
burning right
I'm,
now.
I'm burning in the parking lot. Look, I got hot right now. No, I'm just joking.
No, but yeah.
Um,
no, as far because I'm big on performers as well. Like I love a great performance. I want to be, and I feel like their energy on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that energy in the crowd. Like depending on their energy, and he just
That
every
crowd
word from
was
word.
turned.
Yes,
They was turned. He was one of
Every
and he still
emotion
goes up there and raps his words. But if he really wanted to just put the the microphone to the crowd,
They'll do
they
it
will
for
know
you.
every.
Yes.
They will know every word for word.
But that's what I love when an entertainer can get on stage and rap word for word for each song and still sound the same as the record, and you just got the emotion. Oh, girl, this
Jessica, I'm sorry, I'm
You know,
trying to do
Jessica's
it.
ass gonna
Listen,
ball.
I'm trying to do it on the low over here, but listen.
But I'm big on that though. I love a great, and like you said, Beyonce. I seen Bruno Mars. He's amazing.
Oh, I heard he's a good.
Okay,
I
yeah,
heard.
yeah,
I've
Bruno
never seen
Mars.
him, but I heard
I
he's
wanna
good.
see
love.
Silk Sonic.
I want to see Silk Sonic. Girl, I was starting to see Usher.
Usher
'Cause
was good.
Yes, I want to go to the residency.
I think I might have to go and see the Usher. Like I might have to just
Girl, let me
literally
tell you
cut
something.
off my arm.
I was gonna go and see it for my birthday, and I looked at them damn prices.
I said you're gonna have to cut off your
Usher,
arm.
watch this.
Watch this.
Lower them
Watch
damn
this.
prices.
I ain't going.
Because
I ain't going.
I
Watch
ain't
this.
going. I
Watch
don't look.
this.
I want to go, but I don't want to see that $1,000 leave out my
Yeah,
account.
the residency looks like it was.
It's-
This new residency like was way better than the one that I went to
Really?
because I
It's
felt
so-
like I paid so much money and he performed like for 1 hour,
Really?
maybe an
Girl,
hour and a
I
half.
said, does this come with
Yeah.
the Chris Brown photo package? Because I'm like,
Right.
this is a
Oh,
lot of
love-
damn
a
I
lot
would.
of money.
I like that Chris
But I
Brown
do want to
doing
see
that.
him.
I
Oh,
love that. I love that
I
Chris
love
Brown is
that.
doing that.
I love
I
that.
love it.
Because I feel like
that's setting the
tone.
Tone
It
for a lot of
is.
these artists because they don't care about their
Yeah.
They don't
fans.
care exactly.
They
And it gives
collecting
you-
your money and they literally like, oh, bye.
Right,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
And
That
I-
is, remember, if I was able to get that with Chris Brown, that literally would be. I would blow that hoe up and put it over my.
you gonna
bed.
come in naked like that one girl that did that?
Girl, that was so funny.
A girl came in naked.
No, she did a
it was like a
skit,
skit.
but she had her little thing. She was like, "Oh, I can't fuck."
Oh,
She said they were
oh,
like,
this
"No, ma'am,
$1,000
put
don't
on."
allow me to. Oh, that's
Right,
not.
oh.
Oh, I
No,
can't pay for that.
But y'all
Oh.
said I could take a picture. Like,
Oh,
girl,
okay.
she was naked. It
No,
was
but
so-
I love that because I feel like people pay a lot of money for these
Heck
concerts.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's not cheap. So the fact that you're actually having an intimate moment with your fans, that's big. I love that he did that, and I'm starting to see a lot more entertainers do that.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
did
she
it.
just did
She
it.
did it, and I
That's why I said he
I
set
love
the.
it. Right.
But do y'all feel that at the end of the day, even though he set the tone for that, do y'all feel like that's a form of jockery? Like
What do you
all
mean
of a sudden,
jockery?
y'all wasn't thinking about doing it before until y'all see.
But
him
he
doing
said it. I mean, Chris Brown kind of said that. He's like, I'm
That's
glad
fine.
I'm inspiring other
he's
artists
inspiring, right.
because
Okay, yeah, he said- so
he did.
basically,
He
yeah.
said that. He said like, okay, now all of a sudden it's good, but y'all better make sure like it needs to be all around. Like people need to do that.
Because now that he started it, every tour he does from this particular point on, he gonna have to do
You
that.
gonna have to, yeah.
Right.
He gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Now,
okay.
I just
well,
want to know because you said you couldn't wait you would want to take a picture with Chris Brown. So how would your husband like if you would like?
I mean,
so
I
many
would think-
photos. Like if you married, like
I
how
think
would,
that have y'all not had the conversation of who's a pass for y'all or who's a
No,
will be
I've
a
never had
considered
that
a hall pass?
conversation.
Oh, okay.
You had this conversation.
I need to have that conversation with
It's
Wani,
certain, it just be like, hey, if you ever had the chance,
and I'll let you.
would you and who would it be?
Man, who would it be for me?
Oh, for real?
No, this is just a question. If you ever had the chance,
Let me think.
think about it.
Oh,
y'all.
I already know.
Who?
Oh.
Look at I'm getting hot.
Don't feel no type
Bitch,
of way.
I'm
When
not
she makes
feeling
it.
no way.
No,
I'm
not
about to
talking
tell
about
you.
I'm talking about husband.
Boji,
yes.
Boji,
Nobody
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
no
yeah,
particular
yeah,
way.
I'm gonna ask him what his is. I want to know.
Ever had the chance?
Boji, what's the dude's name from Queen Sugar?
Oh,
Koji.
Kofi.
Kofi. Ooh, loaf. Ooh.
No, have you had, girl? I don't know what.
No,
movie
what's
I was
yours,
watching.
Janique? Don't.
I think it's the same guy.
Then get off mine. Bitch, we can't win in no seconds. You ain't getting my sloppy seconds, bitch. We are not sharing. We are not doing that,
I
okay?
said, y'all
Who
cousins
is
is best.
sexy chocolate?
Y'all cousins is
Right
best
there.
friends, and y'all trying to share me.
I said, look at her. She better stay off my man.
Pick your own man.
Right,
I
pick
pick
your
your top
own.
of my head because you brought him up, and I'm like, damn. And girls trip. Let me tell you.
Ooh, stop it.
I seen
Janique,
that with my-
do you
I
like
went
this
with my husband
couch?
to see that movie,
Do
and I
you
was
like
like,
this
ooh, I don't
couch?
wanna be like,
Did you have to hold it
Do you
together?
like
I
this
had to hold
couch?
it together.
Bitch, do you
Ooh,
like
look
this
at over
couch?
here.
Then stop talking about it. Because you're going to have a
That's
wet
why-
couch
when
in a
you said
minute.
That, I said, shit. So I can't. I know that's the first person that come to my head.
Janique, pick a second.
I know. Stop acting
Stop.
like that.
Stop.
I can't.
Stop writing on Jess.
Thank
What's
you.
yours? Go-
Stop
what's
write
yours?
on this.
Somebody
It's too,
else.
Let me
you
see.
talking about
I
him. It's
can't
too wet to
think.
write on.
I'm gonna go to you, Dominique. Let me think. For
Oh,
a second.
my
Let me
God.
think. I gotta think.
Who will my past be? I said it.
Oh, you know
Who
what?
was it?
It'll for sure be
Chris
it'll
Brown?
Be breezy.
Oh,
And
Chris
you
Brown.
know who? You know what? Who
breezy.
came to mind too is old boy from P Valley. What's his name?
Tyler.
Lippy?
Yes. Now he's
He is
sexy.
He's nice.
fine.
Yeah,
Now
he
he's
is
sexy
fine.
right
fine.
there. That's
Okay.
let me stop. See, you gonna get us in trouble, Dominique.
I'm not getting nobody
Listen,
in
I'm going to tell
trouble.
Wani. Wani better
The
go
only
on. I'm
reason
going to
why
tell him.
this is
Ooh,
the
I
thing.
ain't supposed to be saying that.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm going to say this because I don't care about you having a. because if it was to ever, which is the likelihood of it being never, that's the reason why it's like, okay, like it's okay for you to say it because the likelihood of you ever, my husband is Nia Long. The likelihood of you running into Nia Long and Nia Long saying, come and get this shit. Come get this.
Come and get this.
Yes, right.
Because they're not tangible people to me now. If he says somebody tangible where he can literally hit them up and be like, yo, what's up?
I'm just not insecure like that. Wanda can tell me who it. I keep saying his name.
Oh, your husband?
Yes, my husband can tell me whoever he want to tell me, and I'm not going to get mad. I don't care, because I would let him have a pass.
I don't like nobody tangible. Anybody you can just hit up.
Now, if his fool say Shaniqua from down the street,
that's what I'm saying. That's tangible.
Then we have a problem.
They're a tangible person. I'm talking about if they say
there is a Shaniqua down the street.
Nicki Minaj, I don't care. The likelihood of Nicki Minaj paying you any attention is this big. So you can say whatever you want to say in that aspect.
But speaking of, we're talking from a married perspective.
Right.
So we got a guest here with us.
Wait.
Hi.
Let me introduce this guest.
No.
Let me introduce this guest. This guest needs no introduction. Okay. So, yes. So, today we have a guest, a beautiful guest, one of my closest friends. She is a counselor, a school counselor.
Yes.
She is also a business owner for... Shout out to Stiletto Steez. She's she teaches a heels class, and it's so sexy. I'm so proud of her. And today we're going to be talking to Marshay. Hey, girl.
Yes, Marshay.
Hey, I was over here quiet the whole time trying not to.
Girl, let me tell you something. Look, she had to join in on the conversation. I was like, you know, by the way, y'all, that other voice is Marshay.
Yes, I know. I wanted to say that. I was like, y'all hear that
give her
other
a
voice.
proper introduction. But now that you're here and you are officially introduced in, who would you?
Man.
Yes.
My thing is, I always had a thing for Michael B. Jordan. Like, I've always had a thing.
She has.
Oh, yeah,
but in her head,
he'll risk it all.
But before him, it was Trey Songz. It was before that. But now I'm just like, I just feel like the 6 degrees of separation is like when you know something. What you said, Jessica?
We were about to say something.
Go ahead.
I kind of read between the lines of that. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, as you get older, you're like, and you know that you can, like, you know, meet that person in a certain degree. You're like, it's not too, like you said, it's tangible. I feel like with him, I was just like, yeah, no. But, and then as time came on, I was like, Michael B. Jordan has always been my thing since 2013. Like, since 2013.
Yeah, she does. She like her some Michael B. Jordan. But, you know, she might have a chance with him.
Fruitvale Station?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I never even watched
that. That's when I became so inspired by him.
Y'all got turned on by him in Fruitvale with that?
No.
Y'all get
I'm just saying his talent.
Oh,
that's how I really knew. No, that's how I found out about him is what I'm saying. Like,
okay. Found out about him.
Right,
Okay.
as an actor.
Yeah, because I got turned on in Creed.
Yeah. I remember when Fruitvale Station came out, and this was a year that I was single. And I watched this movie, and like a couple of days later, I found him on Instagram. I started liking a couple of his pictures. This is before the DM became
a thing,
right?
Okay.
So I was liking all his pictures, and then, like, you know, I remember going to lunch. I come back, and I see a couple of pictures that he likes. I'm like, shit.
He liked your pictures?
You said what?
He liked your pictures?
He liked a couple of my pictures, and I was like, yes.
Well, you had a chance back then.
Probably
but guess what? You missed you fumbled the bag.
Girl, you could have been the first Lori.
You watching this?
I hope you see this, honey.
Yes.
I've been on it since 2013.
Yes.
You know.
Speaking of single.
Yes.
That's what our show's going to be about.
Yes, dating.
You know, it's crazy because our last episode, we talked about marriage. And I thought it was important for us to cater to the people that are not married and who are out there dating. So I thought Marshay would be perfect for this episode because well, she could tell you her story, but, you know, she was in a relationship for a really long time, and now she's in the dating world, and she actually goes on dates. So, and she's actually, you know, so I really wanted to get her perspective and, you know, her stories of, like, how is it dating, like the dating world, and what is it like, especially after coming from, you know, going from such a long relationship, you know, 11 years, right?
Almost 12.
Almost 12 years.
I want to hear it.
Yes.
I want to hear your story.
So pretty much I was with, I really only had 2 serious relationships in my entire life. One was, like, you know, high school into college, and then after that, like, you know, I feel like when you're in your 20s, especially your early 20s, you feel like you know everything. And they always try to preach that American dream, like, find that man, get that amazing job, have the kids, the white picket fence bullshit. And to me, it's just like, you think you know everything. Like, you know, I was in college, and then, you know, I also grew up in a single family home, so I didn't have my dad, and so I was raised by my mom, and so I didn't have that father figure that told me these things. My dad was in prison, like, you know, 17 years of my life. Okay. So, you know, even having the opportunity to even meet a significant other that kind of catered to that missing factor of, like, you know, showing you those things, you kind of feel like, okay, I've never had it or experienced this before, but, like, you know, being with this person allowed me to, like, okay, he cares about me, he loves me, this is the person I want to be with. And you're not really thinking about, like, you know, you're being 20-something, 21, 22 years old, and you were with him throughout your whole 20s, like, your whole 20s. Right. And I feel like your 20s should be those years where you make those stupid mistakes, shake ass, go out and date multiple people. But I feel like, and I listened to you, Jessica, when you mentioned in the beginning of your podcast that women will allow themselves to be emotionally available for that one specific person. And that's how it is. It's like, it's like one person has given you that attention, you will knock off anybody else who's showing you the attention because that one person is giving you something that that you want. Right. Exactly, exactly. And so that's what it was with me. I felt like this person was, like, you know, giving me these things that I kind of lacked, not saying like daddy issues, but, like, you know, being there for me, and allowing me to, like, you know, just be there type of thing. Right. And just supporting me in ways, like, you know, I felt like a man kind of should have been supporting. Right. And so, like, you know, as we get older, don't get me wrong, relationships take freaking work. Like, they really do. And that along comes with communication. And as you get older, you kind of think about it. You kind of put your eggs in one basket with this one person, thinking that you want to marry this person, you want to have kids with this person. And so, like, when the shit hit the fan, it was more like, okay, are we going to continue this, or are we going to just sweep the problems underneath the rug and then we're just going to get better? And I felt like you think you know it all at your 20s and you don't. Right. I really do believe that, you know, it takes time, and we never dated anybody else other than us. Right. And we grew up together. So you kind of think this is what you want in a relationship when it's not. When it probably is. But I felt like in my 20s, I wish I would allow myself to go out and date other people. So, you know, there was a point in time where we broke up for like a whole year, and I cut off all communication cold turkey. And Jessica knows this, like cold turkey. And then a year later, like, you know, even though I did that, that was my time to go out and date. But I felt like it was coming from a hurt place. Like, oh, I need to get one off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done found out this man done did this to me. Right. So I'm going to get one off and go pull this man from my back pocket because I know he's been interested since, like, you know what I mean? And that wasn't the right thing to do. So I just knew that the second go around, we do have a daughter. In the midst of us getting back together, we, you know, had a daughter together. And she's so smart. She's so amazing. And now it's a different ball game because now you're co-parenting. We're not together anymore. And this time I told myself, like, I am not going to jump into the next relationship to fill a void. Like, this is going to be the actual time for myself to really give me the opportunity to allow myself to date and be in the unknown of who is, you know, going to be for me. And I felt like being in a relationship with this person, I wanted to buy that house. I wanted to marry him. I wanted to, you know, travel the world with this person. And I felt like we weren't on the same page. So when we broke up, I told myself, like, do all those things that you said you want to do for yourself, not being with somebody. Ooh, so girl, you better preach. Preach. So that's what I did. So literally a couple months after we broke up, like, it was the hardest thing in my life. Not only that, I was in the middle of my thesis program. Like, I'm a counselor, like Jessica mentioned. And I had my thesis was 60 pages long, like, and I was going through the breakup, trying to go through school, trying to buy a home at the same time. And mind you, like, moving out of the place that we shared together, like, you know. So I had to, like, sacrifice a lot of the things, and, like, literally everything. I just feel like God has been nothing but amazing because everything was been like bam, bam, bam. I graduated from school. I closed escrow on my home. Like, just doing those, I was traveling, being crazy on vacation, like, just shaking doing those, ass. Yes, just doing those fun things. Yes. Yourself. And I do feel like I would be stupid to feel like, oh my God, I need a man right now. Like, absolutely not. I feel like 30s is your new 20s with fucking money. Like, yes, you better say it. Like, it really you is. Better, ooh, like, I really feel like we think that we're 30-something years old. To a a person who's 41 years old, it'll be like, you 36 years old? Like, girl, live your life. This is your prime. Right. And it really is. So don't get me wrong. Being single is very fucking boring at times. Like, there are times where I'll be sitting at home like, damn, I wish I could entertain somebody. Like, don't get me wrong, I could. But I feel like if I want you,
hold on.
You better,
right,
girl.
And not only that, there's so many advantages of being single.
Yes.
Because you learn you learn your self-worth. You learn to love yourself.
Exactly.
You're not going to tolerate no bullshit.
You're not.
Like, and a man that comes into your life, he's
Yes.
going to know that.
Exactly.
He's going to know.
Exactly.
Like, I can't fuck this up because she knows her worth. She
She
don't
came
need me.
in.
You want to look at a man like, no, you're just a bonus in my life.
Exactly.
I don't need you.
You got to be the icing on my cake.
Right, you got to be the
pretty
icing
much.
on the cake. Because everything that you
nigga.
think you could do for me, I could do for myself.
You got to be that damn
But-
cherry.
But you
I'm
know what?
all icing.
The main thing I like about that, what you said, Shay, is that when you got out of the relationship, you said all these amazing things. And you you went through that heartbreak, like you said, and you still got through school, still closed escrow, still did all these things, but you allowed yourself you had to take yourself out of that situation. And even though it was hard, because your comfort zone is always easy. That comfort zone is always easy. But once you step out of that comfort zone, it's not easy, but it becomes easy, and things just start happening because you trust the process.
Exactly. And I just pray to God, like, if God, I feel like I have manifested and had so many goals in my life that I have accomplished, that I know that God has this man for me.
Oh,
and,
yes.
I'm going to be okay with waiting on that. And you know what I mean? I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, that takes a lot of energy, like literally.
Right.
And I never had the opportunity in the 11, 12 years to be by myself, and to allow myself to be lonely in those instances. Because if I'm not enjoying being by myself, how the hell am I going to enjoy being by myself and then having to entertain half of my energy to a significant other who I'm in love with? So it really just, I'm still in this place where I'm in the unknown, and I pray to God, like, I'm not going to sit here and just entertain a man who's, one, maybe not for me, and two, like, because I'm lonely, I need something to get up under something. At the end of the day, like,
You better
nah.
preach, girl.
So you're not thinking about that for the winter time coming up?
You got a fireplace, Shay? You got a fireplace? Girl.
I don't have a fireplace.
I'm going to get you a little heater one. You know, like a little heater one?
Get you some
I got one of
crackling
those fake
wood.
ones. I'm going to buy you one, girl.
Get you some crackling
Listen.
wood with a little fur, little ruggy. Girl.
Listen. But you know what? So you talked about, coming out of your 20s and going into the dating world in your 30s.
Yeah.
How has that been as far as, like, stepping into that? Because
Yes.
I want to
Did
know.
you do dating sites? Like,
Right.
I cannot do dating sites.
Okay.
I tried. I don't even like what's some things called blind dates. This bitch right here always want to be like, girl,
I wish I had
I'm
somebody
going to hook you up with such and such, and I'm like, no, I'm really that type of person. I have to see you outside with people, like interacting, like.
Listen, Marshay has a type. I said, I wanted to hook her up with somebody. I'm like, girl, I'm going to hook you up with this. He didn't make me turn his head when I first saw him, so that means I'm not going to. I said,
Hold up.
Since you
Hold
speak
up.
of that, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go first.
He didn't turn his head.
girl,
So
she
that-
said he didn't make her turn her head.
He wasn't a head turner. He wasn't something to be like, ooh.
So what are you looking for, Marshay? Like, what are your qualities? What are the qualities you look for in a man?
Definitely, I look for a man who's definitely goal oriented. Like,
Okay.
I am so not for a build a man. Like, you have to have yourself together. Like, we're not gonna. I've already
not
been
a
through
build a
that,
man, okay.
where it's like I'm waiting on a guy to be already in his, like, career or whatever. But if you have a business and already know starting off the ground, like, and it's something that worthwhile staying around for sure. Like, definitely. But I just felt like if you just don't know what your purpose is in life and you're still waiting, like, and you not understand. Right. I feel like I don't have time for that. Like, I don't have time to be going through your processing your emotions. Like, don't get me wrong, that's a relationship in itself, but I feel like I am not worthy of that. Like, I feel like I've done that before already.
Right.
And so I don't feel like, to me, to sit around and wait for a man to know what he wants and then find me in that. Like, I don't think that's fair
Especially
to
when
me.
you have your shit together. Because I hear so many people talk about the qualities that they want in a man, and they have these long list of things that they want. But I'm like, do you have those same qualities within yourself?
Yeah.
Because you got to keep in mind, whoever that person is that you're looking for, they may have those same standards.
Right.
So
Either that or they're going to sit up there and, bitch, you need me. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and
Right. Yeah.
Me, don't get me wrong, I'm very independent. I've always been, because of my background and my childhood growing up. Like, I've always been an independent person. And I want somebody to be like, girl, sit down. I got you. Like, don't worry about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to help me become more submissive and more, like, less dominant. Like,
But
you know what I mean?
also know that even if, like, that's the thing when it comes to people breaking apart. Like, men definitely think that you can't stand on your own too, and
Yeah.
it's really sad when you do hear about that kind of thing where people part and people can't stand up on their own too. And that's good if somebody comes in and already can kind of match your energy to where it's like, I want to do these things for you, even though I know you can do it for yourself, because a lot of independent women, it's hard to accept help.
It
Ooh, we was just talking about. Well, we just talking about that in the last.
It's hard because you got to actually learn to be submissive in those type of situations, because you're so used to doing things on your own that the guy's like, I want you to need me.
Exactly.
So why are you not? Oh, because mine is all the time. I'm very independent as well. He'd be like, I'm your husband. I'm here for you to ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ask me, like, why are you? Oh, well, I didn't think that. What?
Yeah.
Girl, bye. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's tricky.
It is tricky. And it's
tricky
definitely
thing.
one of those things where you have to be like, okay, dumb it down, girl. Dumb it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, I know you want to do this on your own, but allow the man to be a man, especially if he wants to do this.
Because then we be the
for
first
you.
one talking about you.
You ain't doing it. You ain't doing that. You don't even take initiative. Like,
Right.
You ain't a real man.
But definitely goal oriented for sure. Someone who knows that I own a business, and that business is teaching. Like, I teach heels, I teach dance, and it's not just dance; it's sexy dance,
Confidence.
Yes, and it's confidence, and so like being able to have that man in that atmosphere already, be like, okay, I know Marshay, she teaches dance, she teaches sexy, so whatever she's displaying, first of all, I'm not half-ass naked. There are times that probably we will be, like, you know, on camera.
You be shaking ass.
Yeah, but, you know, I need him to be very
But it's very
confident.
tasteful. It's very tasteful shake ass.
Yes.
I am going to say that.
But I want to. But even if it isn't like tasteful, like I don't think that it still has to be a bad thing. If you come into this situation, if you as women, like, we should be able to become sexy however we want to be sexy.
I think
Whether
strippers that
it's
shake
dancing,
ass is
stripping,
still
because
sexy.
strippers are amazing. Like, they are. That's a work of art. Like, them bitches get on them poles and work them legs.
Something after P Valley, I'm just trying to go out and buy my ass a pole.
Don't do that. This bitch talking about buying a pole, but she was just on them damn stairs talking about her knees hurt. You better get up out of here.
She had to pop her
knees for that pole.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's stuff like that to me, like, I give, like, that to me is sexy. A woman is sexy. Like, we should be able to, like, I don't give a damn if you're a porn star. Whatever the hell you do, it that's your art. Like, whatever you do, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it. But you do it. You do
beautifully,
very well.
like,
you're very.
I've been seeing your videos. Your
I
videos
feel like,
be having me wanting to pop, lock it, drop it.
And I put on a heel and fall.
It gives women confidence. And
It
that's
does.
I don't know how to work
And
it
I've
in.
seen that a lot. And I feel like I'm going to need a man who knows, like, she ain't going nowhere as long as she coming out home twisting on my brain.
Listen, I took her class. She did a private class for us for one of our friends' birthday. And my husband was texting me the next day, screenshotting pictures of me bending down. This is what I want when I get home. I said, look, Marshay, look what your class done did.
And I just feel like I love that. To me, it gives me so much energy to know, because I feel like the women that take my class are women that, one, are married, got kids. I cater to a whole different demographic of girls than it is out here in LA. So, like, you have kids, got life going on, and some been in broken relationships. Like, you don't understand how much your class has given me confidence to really get out there, because I feel like sexiness will give that confidence to you, and you don't give a shit about what anybody else got to say about you. Like, you can't tell me about myself. This is me. This is my confidence, and I just love that, and I thrive off of that in class. And so that's what I continue to bring in the community out in the IE.
So I'm sorry. So because I think that I want to stay on what you said about you having someone who is going to be okay.
Yes.
Because they have to. Like, because a lot of men, well, it's falling. I don't know. A lot of men, you know, they will get in situations and have this, like, I don't want my girl looking like this, and I don't want her dancing like this, and I don't want. So it's like, it's important.
Not the person for you.
They're
so
not.
with your dating
and what I'm doing, then we don't need to be together.
With your dating, is that something that you are like? That's a mandatory thing. Like, you have to make sure that you have a man who is, you know, secure within themselves to understand, like, this is what she does, and this is what she does for me, and but she does it for other people. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, because I want you to stay. I think that's very important too. Like,
well, because I think that is important. I think that a man should. I feel like you should not have to dim your light, like, to make another man feel secure in himself. Like, for him to feel like you shouldn't be dancing like that, because I don't want man in your DMs. I don't need like, you know, stupid man in your DMs trying to get at you. But I feel like, why were you even worried about that? If I want you, want to be with you, why the hell does it matter if somebody's commenting or in my DMs about something?
But I feel like a lot of men kind of like the fact that their woman looks good and they get that attention. Like,
so
but they don't like it. They don't like it for other people, though.
Yeah, that's two different type of men, though.
Right,
that's an insecure man and a secure man.
A secure man is gonna be like, shoot, I know she coming home to me.
As long as she's sliding down this pole at night, I don't care what the hell she do out there. I'm okay. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that to me is very important. I feel like it's not that I'm tied to so many different situations, and when I get into a relationship, that I'm sitting here like trying to explain myself of, I'm in this situation. Like, nah, I really do truly feel like he's going to know what I'm already doing. So he's going to not necessarily have to accept it, but he's going to know, like, this is what she does, and I'm okay with what she does. So, yeah.
And the fact that you're doing it now, so they see it now. So whoever comes in your life, they know, okay, this is what she does. And if he can't accept that, then he don't need to we don't need to waste our time.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about dating, I want to know, because are you dating right now, Marshay?
I am dating right now, but again, I broke up with my daughter's father back in 2019, and then boom, COVID hit. So we was inside for 2 years. So literally, like, it's really hard. It was hard. Like, and I didn't like doing dating sites. Like, I felt like I was talking catfish. I feel like I was like, I downloaded a couple of ones, but I was like, I don't want, no.
Right. Like, and then it's like, we can't really meet because it's COVID and everybody's scared to meet. So I could be thinking I'm talking to Idris Elba and this motherfucker Flavor
like,
right. Yeah, no.
I cannot do
FaceTime.
FaceTime what?
True, that is.
Doing FaceTime.
You want to see the person.
Listen, I don't want no virtual sex.
Right.
No,
Like,
I want to see you in person too. But what I'm saying
in
is that it is FaceTime. I don't understand how people get. I don't even see how the show Catfish still even.
That's what I be telling my daughter. She is so obsessed with that show.
Even
She watch that show every day. I'm like, baby, this is fake.
Well,
this
is
is
what
at
you
this
learning.
point.
That's what you learn from those shows.
Girl,
You're like, no, some people are. Sometimes some people can be naive. So you need to. Those naive people.
I
need
ain't
to
gonna
watch
hold you.
shows like
Some of the stuff that went down on Catfish, I'm like, oh damn, that was me back in the days. That was me and my
Right,
Right. Did you watch Manti Tale?
Yes, I seen that. And
I
I'm
seen
like,
the previews for
now
that.
that was just ridiculous.
That
Now,
was
let me tell you
ridiculous.
something. I would
Come on.
listen.
Right. Like,
Nobody
you
should
have
be
to
getting.
know.
Nobody should
How did
get
he know? He
catfish.
said he had family members that vouch for that.
I
person.
don't care.
You
You
go on
got all this.
national TV and
He is a football star that got all these resources, and you mean to
Right.
tell me not one person could have seen this girl ever? Like,
You didn't never seen this girl. You never seen her in person.
His
She
cousin
she
said she
dies,
was.
and you go on national TV and say, "Oh, my girlfriend just died."
Yeah, and
you
then
ain't never seen
but
this
you
girl.
hold that
don't
whole
know nothing
story.
about her. ain't
You
seen her
hold that
family.
entire story, your whole football
whole
career.
career.
So what I'm getting from this, and this is taking away from the dating part, but
We're gonna get back to that. But what you about to say?
so what y'all saying is he lied?
Well,
Yes,
I got mixed feelings on that.
have
I think
mixed
that
feelings.
I don't think he lied. I think that he used the story for his career.
I think, for his career. Because don't get me wrong, he already had a lot of attention on him. But I think when he mentioned the grandmother passing, he
and
got
her.
all this attention. Then it was
Then she
like,
go-
let me bring up my girlfriend.
Well, the
who
girlfriend died the same
And
day,
the
so it
same
made it
day.
even
So
better
that just
story.
made it a better story. But the thing is, even if he knew at that moment, like, maybe he didn't know at that moment. But then there was other things where it was like, you should have known.
I
this
don't
point.
think he-
like, even when he won the Heisman Trophy, he kept
He didn't
going on
win.
with this.
He lost.
I mean, he lost, but he went to the ceremony or whatever.
Yeah,
and
he was the
still kept
candidate.
up with this story. And this is around the time he knew at this point. Like,
But
you
here's
knew.
my thing.
So what was he supposed to say? Oh, by the way, it was
No, he
a lie?
wasn't. Yeah,
He shouldn't have said
no,
anything.
no. They asked him though. They asked him.
He didn't
They-
talk about
yeah,
it.
he
They
didn't talk
asked
about.
him.
it. They
They
asked
asked
him.
him.
But here's my
He
thing. At
kept
the
it
end of the
going.
day, I just feel like I don't think he knew. I honestly think that he was a victim in the situation. But I do believe that he did. I don't think he cared for that girl as much as he made it seem like in his story, because I feel like it helped boost his career. That's just how I feel about.
But
what
you know
he
what?
did.
You could be
But-
right, because when I watched, what's that other show on Netflix? Some catfish show. And no, Love is Blind. Or
I love
what-
Love Is Blind.
No, not Love is Blind.
What you
was
talking
the
about?
other
Anyway.
one? I don't know. But yeah, let's get back.
I know. Let's get back to dating.
I think it was Married
So-
at First Sight or one of those shows. It was kind of similar. But let me ask you, Marshay, as far as dating, what are some of the pros and what are some of the cons? Like, what do you think is wrong? Because
Right
from what I
now.
see right now, because from what I see, I'm not dating, but it just seems like there's a lot of
Well, I hear more.
I hear so
horror
many
stories
horror stories,
than
and
I hear
dating,
positive
right.
stories.
So I feel like I think it's very important that women at our age that we allow ourselves to have options when dating. And I mean,
No, that's right.
because I feel like we don't think of it like that in our 20s. Like we don't. We are available to that one man. That one man.
Yeah, it's like we only reserve space for one.
For that one man. But I
Yeah.
feel like fuck no at age of 30. I feel like you should allow yourself to have that man who's consistent, who's amazing. Like you ain't got to say certain things, the little things. Then you have to have that man that has really great D. You have to have
big
a
dick
man
energy.
you have to have that man that you just can talk to about certain things and not have a biased opinion just on anything, like good conversation. Then a man that makes you freaking laugh. And a man that be like, let's get in the car, let's roll with me. So it's like, when you're ready to get into that relationship, you already experienced these little small things already, so you know what you're ready for. Like, and I feel like in your 20s, you don't allow that. In your 30s, I feel like you should, and not be able to be available to only one person. You should be able to experience what you feel like is you deserve. So that way, it's not like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you have experienced all these things, and you kind of know what you want as a person because you have able to experience those things from those many different people. I've had, dating, I started dating in 2021, where it was like, I don't have to say, like, I don't have to come up. Like, he would just know, like, okay, meet me here. Like, I'm a plan this whole weekend. Just meet me here and just show up. Or, like, we'll pick up something and, like, leave something for me type of thing. Like, as a small gesture. And then you have the man that has great D. Like, you kind of know what it is. So you just show up for the appointment.
So how many on reservation, like, how many reserved spots do you leave right now for yourself? Like, where you like, okay.
Well, girl, right now, my roster is... I don't have no roster right now. Like, I feel like, but when I was dating, I was able to, like, so I felt like.
You knew what, okay, you had them a certain name for them in your phone? Like,
not a certain name, but I kind of knew where they were. I kind of knew what they were in my book, like, type of thing. But it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, I'm a dead everybody for this one person. I haven't got to that point yet.
Okay, nobody's proven
yeah.
What did you say yesterday to me on the phone about what you said?
Girl, the worst date. This one was in my 20s, girl.
Okay.
The year that I was single. Like, talking to this one person, like, just asked me, what is your worst date you ever been on? Child, this person was just so amazing. Like, I've known this person, and, like, it was that one person I pulled out of my back pocket. Like, I'm saying, ooh, he's been interested in me. I'm going to show him attention now. And I remember going on this date with him, and he was trying to see me all day. Like, come and see me. Come pull up on me. And I'm like, cool, we'll go get something to eat. Girl, mind you, I already ate. I just wanted to spend time with him. He picked this restaurant. We go, the check comes out. And he like, oh man, I forgot my wallet. I'm like, if you can be fucking trash at this time, this is the point to be fucking trash. No. Like, first of all, mother effer, I wasn't even hungry, and I just came to come out and see you. And the fact that you just want to look around like boo-boo the fool, like, damn, I forgot my wallet. Like, fuck you. Like, I would never talk to you ever again. Like, after that, I was like,
Uber wasn't existed at that point, huh?
Uber just started, now that I think about it.
Like, man, on everything I love, like, I am that would have been some straight sneaker Uber.
Girl. No, I took that nigga home. Like, I took him home after that, and I was like, I would never talk to you again. I would never talk to, like, to me, I was just like, how dare you? Like, I can't believe you, but whatever.
Yeah, that is the worst day.
You know what? But it's funny because you see stuff like that, and you be like, dang, that really exists in the world where men will. They'll show up and they'll be like,
but the only thing that I have seen that has happened to people I know, because I'm just an asshole, and even when I was dating, I was an a-hole. But that has happened to my friend where the dude was like, "Oh, let's go Dutch," or "So what you got?" And I'm like, "No, he didn't."
Right. Yeah. If you have the means to take me out on a date, don't ask me to go out. If you expecting me to pay half of my goddamn food,
like his excuse was, "I don't know if you're really interested in me, so I don't want to invest."
Girl, bye.
Invest in a
man. Girl, bye.
That's some fuck boy shit.
Listen, don't get me wrong though. If I'm dating you and, like, you know what I mean, you take me out a couple of times, I have no problem to be like, boo, I got this. Like, I'll pay for you. Like, I'll pay for you this time. Like, I feel like that's normal. But if it's like one of those things where you're questioning your intentions on our date, then don't go on a fucking date with me. Like,
don't invite me and you don't even pick up the tab.
Exactly.
You invited me to this date.
Especially at our age right now. You don't dare be asking for a date and you not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a man should always be
now they got to have you at, okay, you gonna pick up the tab or not, because you damn near gotta be straight up.
Yeah, you gotta be straight up in the beginning.
Straight up.
No, for real, because
don't take no offense, But are you covering this? Because I don't want to assume anything.
But I feel like that shouldn't even be the level of
It
discussion.
shouldn't. But unfortunately, it's almost sad to say
So,
you damn near got to do that.
Me and my friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but she was like, she asked me for advice. She was like, girl, like, what should I do? Because he's asking me like, okay, so are you getting these tickets? Because they were gonna go on a date somewhere, and like, you know, mind you, he was gonna drive to come like meet her. Like, he was gonna drive to come meet her. She was out of town, and like, he's from out of town as well too, and she happened to be in town. And so she's like, okay, we're gonna meet up, right? So they end up trying to gather to meet up, and mind you, he lives like 4 hours away. So he was gonna drive 4 hours to come see her and then drive back, right? And so she was like hitting him up like, hey, what's up? Like, you know, what do you wanna, like, we trying to do? He was like, you know, he was giving her options on what to do, or she was giving him options on what to do. Like, you know, she's not even from the damn state, and he's like 4 hours away. So I feel like he should have took the initiative to be like, okay, this is what's going on. But the fact that he was just like, okay, so what time is this? What do you want to do? Like, are you getting these tickets? And she's like, girl, he's asking me, am I getting these tickets? If I feel like I have to get these tickets, like, I was like,
No.
I was
You're
like,
not
no.
going with you.
No, because I feel like there's men that'll be like, I'm taking you to this, get dressed, and we're going to go do these things. I feel like that's just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like if you feel like you have to come out of pocket on your first date, run for the motherfucking hills.
Right. No,
Right.
it ain't if you have to come out of pocket
Right.
on the first date, even
That's
if
a
it's
red
an
flag.
insinuation.
That's a red flag
Even
all
if
the
it's
way.
an insinuation, I'll be like, yo, the fact that you insinuated this, I'm good. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you know what? I don't know if it's just me or what I see, but it seems like nowadays, it seems like men expect that. Like, it's like they don't, you know, back in the day, they would come to you, like they weren't afraid. Like, they weren't afraid to put their emotions, wear their emotions on their sleeve. Today, I just feel like it's different.
I'm
Like, I
even
don't know,
looking
man.
at the
Is it
internet.
It's because,
women
and let me
that
tell
come
you
to
something,
them?
and
I
it's
don't know.
and it's the
Or-
reason why, because we're in the digital era now. Like,
Right,
everything is so
right.
accessible and everything is so easy
And
access.
maybe is it because of women
So
also
yeah,
make
because
themselves-
they're easy access. Like, everything is easy
Right.
access. Like, if you want to DM someone, you could DM. You ain't, first of all, porn is all on goddamn IG. You don't even get to, like, you can see whatever you want and get whatever you want and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy nowadays that I think that people like feel as if they feel entitled. Like, oh, well,
Right.
if you don't want to do this, then I know somebody else over
That will
here.
do it.
You know, I know
And it
at
probably
such and
is
such and
somebody else
such.
that will do it.
You know,
You know, right.
they'll do it. And
Y'all been seeing on the internet.
That's
that
why-
these guys been doing little stuff for women and expect some ass.
Oh,
at the
yes.
end,
But
you
see,
know
that's
what
the
I'm
thing,
saying?
though. I think
But a
women
lot
need to
of
be
women
smart
put it out
about
there like
that.
that, too.
So during my time of, like, you know, being alone, I did a lot of self therapy, which I read a lot of books. So there's this book called Why Men Don't Love Women Like You. Fucking amazing book. I know it was written by a millennial. His name is Stephen Hill. Not Stephen Hill. I know his first name is Stephen. I think so. I could be lying. But the book is amazing, and it really talks about, like, how men really think in a relationship. So it's like, if you're going to go on a date and this man brings you back, he's like, hey, we can do Netflix and chill. Girl, just know 9 times out of 10 he's trying to get in your goddamn pants.
Right.
Or also, too, like, if he takes you out on a date and he keeps giving you drinks and drinks, 9 times out of 10, girl, he's trying to fuck
drunk,
you.
right.
Like, get you drunk, you know what I'm saying? And also, too, what I found out about is a man will literally interrogate you to make you feel like he cares about what you're telling him. So you can feel vulnerable enough to,
Oh my
again,
God.
oh,
allow
that is so
yourself-
good.
Allow yourself
That
to
is
get
so good.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's crazy. So now, as I'm dating, I'm asking, interrogating all the goddamn questions. So what happened? Why you break up with your ex-girlfriend? So what's going on with this? Why is it this like this? Like, you know, digging, like, you know, and then maybe the third date, you can get my insights of what didn't work out with me,
Right.
type of thing. So I feel like it's very important as women to be smart when dating, is interrogate this man, like, see what's going on with him, like, what is his
Yeah.
triggers?
And don't believe
Right,
everything they
right.
say off the
No,
rip.
and don't listen.
God, they be
Listen.
lying up front.
Especially on Instagram.
Oh,
I
me.
mean,
Yeah, we had a baby and me and her don't get along.
Girl, I currently have this one boy. I'm gonna call him a boy because I feel like some of his shit, his mannerisms, everything, comes off boy-like. It's like he has not only been in all my close friends' DMs. Like, if I really want to waste my time, like Ari Lennox saying, waste my time, I'm gonna go to him if I want to waste my time. If I'm
Right.
bored, I'll entertain you because I know that you're gonna just waste my time, and I
no
want my
type of-
time wasted. I have no intentions of, you know what I'm saying. If I want you to go buy me, get something to eat, something to drink, I'm gonna hit you up because I know, like, you're nothing. But I just feel like men like that, I just like, like, disgusting.
They're not dating, but those are men that are not dating with intent.
Exactly.
They're dating to be
Right.
like, oh, I just want to smash, or I just want to get that number,
But I feel like some women feel like that too, because I feel like if I want to,
women got the same intent.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
And,
Most
I
definitely.
feel like me, I'm one of those women where I'm like, I just want to, that's it. I
You
don't
just
have no.
look like you. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
you.
You know.
No.
What's that print right there?
Right.
I see that print. Let's see what that print do.
No, for real.
You know?
But it's kind of like we talked about it in the last pod. Brittany Renner, like she has, it's like these. It's changing. The narrative. The narrative is changing. It's not just women that are like going in there. I mean, the women that are going in there. Men that are going there with no emotions and no emotional like attachment. Girls is going in there too. Like I just want to fuck and that's it.
Nowadays, because you know what type of nigga you with. Like you know what type of. Who, I already know you fuck buddy.
Yeah.
I already know you may be. I may have a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
you put them in a certain category.
Brittany Renner is actually she the GOAT. But
She
I
is
don't
the
care.
GOAT.
The reason why I say this is because she probably get these men really emotionally invested in her, like men do to women all the time.
Right.
And she pretty much play them like they've been playing women to the end of time.
Facts.
And then they want to get in their car a hoe.
Yep. They
And
call her kind
disrespect
of
her,
hoe.
and then go, and it's
Right.
like, okay, so she a hoe, you a hoe too,
Right.
Because y'all been doing this, and then it's because it's flipped back on you,
Right.
It's a problem, and it's like, no, like this been happening. Now you see what it feels like. Now you
Right.
officially understand.
Oh, and what we
it
talked
feels
about
like.
last week, that ego. Men got ego.
got
So once
that
that
ego.
ego get
Got a
broken,
big ego.
it's a wrap. So that's why
Huge ego. I
love his big ego. It's too big.
much. Okay.
Anyways, but that's why I think it's important. That's why I'm glad we're talking about this, Shay, and that you're giving the perspective, because I know, because we dated before we were with our husbands, so we know how dating was.
But let's keep it real, y'all. We dated, but we didn't date
Date.
down
Right.
this dating,
And
because
this- and
I
this
could.
That's
dating.
what I said. Like this.
So the only thing that was out when I was in the dating phase was the POF.
POF.
Plenty of fish.
Oh, that was out.
What was that?
Girl,
That's
was-
plenty of fish.
That
That's
was
a
Catfish
fish.
Haven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
But
the
they,
only
if you
thing
go on
we had.
plenty of
MySpace and Facebook. around
We
the
wasn't
time
really
I was- but-
we wasn't really using social media at the time like that. Like
Well, I met
Facebook
somebody on
here and
Facebook.
there,
Somebody I dated.
but
I was
But like
ooh.
Grindr and all those are like hookup apps though.
yeah, POF was pretty much the same thing, but that was like huge back, before I start,
Yeah.
dating my husband now. But
They
like,
have so many damn dating sites now.
Instagram and
Right.
even though that stuff was new, it wasn't utilized like it is right now, where everybody, where you meet your husband? Instagram. He slid in my DMs. I'd be like, oh, okay, you know.
But
what
it
I'm saying?
seems like that's how a lot of people are meeting nowadays.
Yeah.
Like it don't seem like people are really going out to really meet. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in the
it's
dating world,
nothing
but it just
wrong
seems
with
like a
meeting
lot of people are
anyone on.
meeting on.
It's absolutely nothing wrong with meeting people on Instagram
Yeah.
because it is.
Especially
all.
during a pandemic, it seemed like that's all. That's
It's nothing
Like, you
wrong.
had
Like
to
when
meet
people tell me that they meet people on Instagram, I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, even though, you still have to take their page at face value, because most people do lie and they only
They
post what they
do.
want to post or whatever the case may be. So you do kind of got to like see if it's really the real
it's
person.
really
You still got to
real.
cipher through that. But at the end of the day, it's nothing like people used to judge people for dating somebody off the internet or, talking to somebody off the, like, no, it's cool. Like,
don't
it's
think
nothing
it's any-
I think a lot of people are meeting nowadays off the
yeah.
internet,
Right.
like
Yeah,
off of
it's a lot of
Instagram and
people got
Facebook. I know
married
somebody.
and dating
Yeah.
and got kids. And how did y'all meet? Instagram. Do y'all thing. It's
Yeah.
nothing
I mean,
wrong
that's
with it.
it's the new way, and that's what I'm saying. Like the digital era has taken over. Like everything is on Instagram, everything's on Facebook, everything's on TikTok.
right.
Plus, on top of that, it kind of gives you a little view, because sometimes you would date somebody and then you be seeing them and then you can see what kind of girls' pictures they be liking, what kind of stuff that they're interested in.
Right.
Like,
It's you,
sometimes
like you telling on yourself.
sometimes that Instagram kind of gives you it kind of snitch. It's a form of
yes.
snitchery. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
remember
saying?
back
But
in the
there's a lot
day,
of
you
people
used
that
to
be
be able to
faking
see
too.
what your friends are liking. Like
Right.
you'd be able to see that they took that feature off a long time ago.
I just got to shout out Toya over here. She throwing us waters, y'all.
Thank you,
She
Toy.
is taking care of
Listen,
it.
I am
This ain't the Toya we used to
Listen,
over here.
I'm over here literally. I was like, Lord, I'm about to pass out. Seriously.
Toy over here, sitting up here, she poured us a drink. We all over here.
Right, I'm over here drunk. That's what
to be our
I said.
assistant.
You know what? This drink is a trick because it tastes like juice, but I'm over here getting drunk. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to pass out.
And you already,
I was already drunk from last night.
You was already on the edge of glory.
Oh my gosh, y'all just messing me up right
Marshay,
now.
let me ask you, being a single mom, how does that change things when it comes to dating?
That's a good
question.
So
she took that
I've
from me.
always been the type of person. I've always been the type of person that, like, I'm not for that. You finna meet my daughter type of shit. I don't care if we're dating. Like, unless you're in the midst of being my husband, then you can meet my daughter. And I feel like,
damn,
No, for real.
like, if I
For
see
real.
you,
That's how it
like,
was.
I am so not that type of person that would just invite anybody. I haven't, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
you have to be down on bended knee with the ring in his
No, not just like,
But
you know.
damn near.
look
She's
at you
saying,
as
I
your
gotta know
husband
that this is gonna be long term.
Yeah.
No, can I say
Thank you
something?
for clarifying, because I really was
Let me tell you something.
Thinking
I-
that you was literally saying you had to be on bended knee.
No.
Okay.
He just has to be the one that I know this is the person that I can see myself introducing my daughter to.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
feel like I co-parent really well with her dad, and and when he introduced his girlfriend to my daughter, like, you know, cool, like, you know what I mean? And he didn't have to do that shit, like, you know, but
He didn't.
sorry. I feel like he didn't have to. He didn't have to tell me, but for the respect level, like, she's gonna be around my daughter, like, you know, type of
Okay.
thing. I respected that, and I feel like as a woman, I would definitely do him same courtesy. But I just told him before, like, you know, even when we first broke up, like, if I do have a man come in to the position, like, into, like, you know, my daughter's realm, you're gonna know. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm ready to introduce our daughter to this person.
So you'll definitely introduce him.
Yeah.
to your,
Yeah, because-
daughter, and I think that's important.
respect.
Yes, because Steve Harvey was lying in that book. He pissed me off in that
what
book
did he-
when he said you should introduce your child
No.
after like the second date or something.
No.
Let me tell you, or I don't know what it said because I didn't read
That book was written
I didn't read the
when
book.
we lived
I
in
mean, I didn't.
2022,
I
all
just
this
watched the
crazy stuff
movie,
going on.
but I think I really respect that because I honestly felt the same way with my daughter. In a sense, it was pros and cons to that. Like when I started. I never brought her around any of the guys that I was dating. Like I was just like, no, because it's just like it's some perverts out there.
right.
Men prey on single women with kids, especially daughters and sons too nowadays. And so with me, it was like I was really nervous about that. So I didn't bring my daughter around anyone. But when I met my husband now, like when we started dating, I felt like, oh, this is somebody I really like. He's a good guy. He's a single dad. Like I got to know him, got to know his family. That's when I felt a little bit more comfortable. So I really respect that because I think it is important when you're a single mom. Like, you know, you got to be protective of your kids because a lot of these, you hear all these stories with
Like, they
women
leaving
bringing
their kids with
leaving
the
their kids with the
boyfriend you only
boyfriend.
known for a day, and I'm
And they
like,
over there
oh, no.
molesting and raping them.
I will fucking kill you. I will
Right.
fucking
Straight
kill you
up.
and then make my baby daddy help me bury your ass. Like, no.
Yeah, because he a cop.
Yes.
He a cop, so he probably know all the ins and outs.
Exactly.
How to get away with murder.
Right.
Like,
You, oh, hold up. Your baby daddy, the popo hoe?
He is.
He the
girl.
popo hoe. He the popo hoe. He the popo girl. He a real popo too.
Yes, and we don't play when it comes to our baby. So, but yeah, I'm not that type of person that even if I'm dating, like, you're not gonna come see you when my daughter is here. Absolutely not. My daughter's at that age where she asks questions. She's very nosy.
Right.
Even in times where like I'm FaceTiming, like somebody wants to talk to me, she'll try to come into like, who you talking to? Like, nobody, none of your business. Stay in your lane. Like,
My son 3 and he do that. He be like,
yeah.
who you talking?
Right.
Yeah, kids, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so just balancing that, just, you know, being a single mom, like she knows that I'm not really talking to anybody serious because she would know, like, you know.
Right.
But yeah, when that time comes, she's gonna know because that's when I'll introduce, like, you know, her to him, and it'd be one of those things. And
Sorry, that's a good question. I want to know, like, how did you feel with your child's father moving on and wanting to introduce who he's dating to your daughter?
I'm not
'cause
gonna
First,
lie.
I just want to say this because it kind of relates to that question. Like, did you feel like when you guys broke up that you guys would eventually, like, you guys had to figure things out and you guys would come back together and try to?
That's a follow-up question. That's a good follow-up.
And then that's
So when we first broke up, it was one of those things where, man, I just felt like it was a consistent things that just kept trickling into our relationship. So when we finally broke up, I kind of asked myself, okay, we're gonna try to work on this. But then I just really felt God tell me, like,
Nah, G.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, you know, you need to allow yourself to grow, and he has to grow as well, too. Don't get me wrong. Like, there are times where I, like, you know, I would not beat myself up, but be like, fuck, why did he do this? Like, why did he do this to me? Like, I feel like we're both in our careers, like, why? And it's just like, I feel like we are both to blame when it comes to that, because we didn't allow ourselves to actually grow, and our level of, you know, mediation or even trying to fix shit wasn't the way it needed to be. Like, you know, so when he told me he had a girlfriend, my motherfucking feelings was hurt. Like, I was hurt.
Oh, yes.
Like, you know, because not only that, like, we have boundaries, but at the same time, I didn't think that because of the circumstance, and I'm not going to talk about, like, why we broke up, but, like, I just felt like, damn, like, you got a girlfriend. Okay, for sure. Like, okay. And I knew this was going to happen. And at the same time, it's like, you needed this to happen, because not only that, he needs to go out there and experience. You've been with this person all your 20s. Like, how are you going to know what type of person you want in a relationship if you're not there dating other people? Like, you know, you need to go out there and date other people. And we both didn't have that. We had that with each other, like, you know. So I'm allowing it myself now, like, just because I have, like, you know, have the time now, I'm just not going to entertain anybody that showed me attention. Like, you have to have some type of substance for me to even entertain you, or you entertain me type of thing, and I'm giving you the attention. But I feel like, yeah, my feelings was hurt when he first told me, but after a while I got over it, because it was just like, you needed this to happen.
And then when you met when he told you, and then you met.
I didn't meet her.
Oh, you haven't met her.
That was the next question I was going to ask.
Okay. So
I feel like unless it's something serious and he wants to marry this person, then I feel like, but I feel like I don't need to meet her. Yeah. And, like, you know, I don't need that language as far as, like, you know, if you're on my daughter, as long as you know, treat my daughter right, then you ain't got to hear from me. Like, you know, and my daughter's father don't play that when it comes to, you know.
And I love that.
Maybe I'm immature in that aspect.
No, I love that's very mature.
I like the fact that you guys are cordial for your child, because you know, when relationships, things don't work out. Yeah. You have some of the mothers want to keep their kid from the father.
Girl. I have something to say about that.
Yes.
I have something to say about that.
You're
my mom, so my older sister is 5 years older than me, and my dad and her mom were married at a young age. And so, like, when they, you know, got divorced, I never seen that. I never seen baby mama drama growing up ever. My mom never played that shit when it came to that. And so, and I feel like as you grow older, those are small, especially being in counseling and mental health and all that stuff. Like, that all plays a part in it. Things that you do at a young age and based on the things that happen in you tend to do when you get older, because that's normal to you. Exactly. So I never seen that baby mama drama out of my mom or my dad. And so, like, I didn't know how to, like, you know, react, or I knew how to react, but I knew that that's one of those things where it was just like, you know, I'm going to keep my daughter away from you and make something up because, like, you know, I'm mad that you have a girlfriend. Fuck no. I feel like I be blocking my blessing, you know. Yeah, blocking my blessing because I want to be a freaking hateful-ass baby mama, and I have no reason to be. I have no reason for you to go and do that.
It's all about the child.
Yeah.
God forbid that me and my husband was to part ways or whatever reason. But I just think for me, it's not about, I wouldn't care. If I genuinely, how I think is that if I genuinely feel like me and you just do not belong together, then we just do not belong together.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm okay with you finding somebody that is your person.
Right.
You know, for me, it's just me wanting to meet the person for myself is people, of course, show an image of themselves that they want the person to like.
Yes.
And I'm the kind of person, if you're going to bring my kid around, that's fine. But because I'm still trusting that he wouldn't bring anybody around my kid, because you will have the same level of love that you know I have for my son, not to bring anybody around my kid that will cause them harm or do anything to them. But people do have a facade. So for me, I need to see your face. I need to be able to match.
No, that's just because you're nosy. You're
not,
nosy.
And you do
that ain't got nothing to do. That ain't got nothing to do with seeing your face.
Once I see your face and study your face, and if my son comes back and tells me.
So if the face gonna study, what you gonna? So she look like what she gotta look like?
I don't care about what she could look like. Ass crack. Okay, she can look. I don't care.
Yeah, you would rather her look like ass crack. But what does she look like?
She could look like ass crack for all I care. She could look like a supermodel extraordinaire. What I'm saying is, people.
You want to get her?
I want to see what you look like. So if my son ever come back and say you did something, and I got to murder you, I know who I'm murdering. I know who I'm murdering.
If you said I want to be around, I want to feel their presence, their vibes, because you know some people want to feel your vibe. This ever said I want to study your face. I want to see what them eyebrows looking like and them eyelashes.
This is the thing. Her vibe. For me, as long as she ain't like she giving off like, you know how you could talk to somebody and you get a bad vibe off of them. You like, but it still doesn't matter what I think because I'm not dating them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter necessarily about the vibe that they give off to me.
No,
personally, it doesn't. Because if that's who he's dating, clearly they have a vibe together. I'm just more worried about I need to be able to see the person that's going to possibly be around my kid. Yeah. So if you do something, I know who to come to. That's all I'm saying. That's just for me. I can care less that y'all dating because, like I said, once I part ways and realize to the realization that we don't belong together, I don't care. I'm not. Oh, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm not doing that. That's whack to me. You know what I'm saying? And that drama is unnecessary. I love when people are able to have a healthy co-parenting situation because, you know, co-parenting in the beginning in my situation, it was not great. It was not a good thing. But then now we have where, like, to this, I can hit her up and be like, hey, okay. Like, she would be washing my hair, be flattening, you know, all that stuff. And I'd be like, at first I used to be like, I ain't gonna let this go. But now it's like, okay, we cool. I ain't got no problem with you. And I'm glad that we got to a point where it took time to turn
18.
It took time, you know.
Well, I ain't got to deal with him.
I was about to say, you don't even. I'm going to say, y'all deal with each other. I didn't even know y'all deal with each other.
I had to go through that. No, I had to go through that. And I feel like that's very important because you're not thinking about, you got to think about the child.
Yes,
like you said,
you do.
That affects them when they get older.
Right.
It does.
You know,
to not see their parents getting along.
Not see their parents getting along. Or, you know, his dad would always put him in the middle of ours. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like,
it's awkward.
It's super awkward. What's crazy to me is that, like, a lot of the things that we do as adults have affected us when we were young. Yes, and I don't think, and now that our generation is starting to understand because now we're going to therapy and now we're starting to like look at our generational curses and things like that. Cause you know, like we talked about like before, like back in the days, they used to be like, oh, don't talk about that. Don't say nothing. But now that we're in a place where we can teach the next generation, that's why I think it's so important for us to acknowledge the fact that if the things that we do now, and if it can affect our kids, we need to make sure we need to check it. Like if you guys are together and you guys broke up or whatever, and you guys are having this riff and like you guys are going back and forth, like, do you not understand that it's going to affect your child? So you know the traumas that we went through as kids, and now we're adults trying to figure this shit out and trying to go to therapy to go, you know, try to figure out what's going on with me, and then. Now that we have the resources, it's like we have the opportunity to break those generational curses, and we're not doing that because we mad because he moved on and got another girl, or she moved on and got another man.
It's
like
super petty, it's immature. Like I said, for me, like I said, I just want to just lay eyes on the person just for my mental note. Yeah, it's just like, okay, that's the person, that's who it is. So anything, but to have an issue.
Dominique like, shit.
When you can see Toya's face. Toya's face. It's got me over here, Toya. I'm with you, Toya. I'm with you.
Y'all think that I will go?
Oh, you are. Listen, you are crazy and nosy.
So little
you are nosy and crazy. Yes. She act like we don't know her on this. People listening probably don't know you like we know you.
So little do you think of me? I do. I would not.
But I see where you're coming from.
I am pop-off queen. But
you are petty queen, pop-off queen, nosy queen, Channel 7, know all the business queen, no.
What else I got?
She said know all the business.
What else you got? I have changed.
Oh, girl, listen, get that drink. Take that drink from her because they don't put dope.
Toya, what you put in her damn drink?
I know, Toya. Seriously.
Let me tell y'all. During the pandemic, I legit changed. Like, you know, I really came to the. Shut up. Okay,
I want to hear this. Yeah,
how you change? Just tell me one. Just tell me something.
I definitely not about to be on no drama. I don't have the energy for that.
We're too old for that.
Don't get me wrong. Do I be feeling like I want to match people's energy? Yes, but do I? But like, you know what? Especially if a child is involved.
But that's Kari. Kari has made you calm down on that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Your
like
kids
I'm not even like now that you
know how you look at things.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Kari definitely made me change my perspective on things because I have to make sure I'm present for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't put myself in positions or situations
Facts.
that can take me away from him. So with that being said, yes, I might have been channel 7.
Petty.
I might have been petty.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
still petty, Dominique.
I
That
have
ain't
no
always
shit.
gonna
That girl gonna always be
gonna
petty.
always be
Corey
petty.
ain't changing a goddamn thing on her
Look,
pettiness.
look. I only petty if it's
Here she
afflicted
goes.
first.
See, she petty.
No. I have gotten better. I only be petty if it's afflicted first, and then I have to think about, is it worth me being petty? Now, if I feel like I don't really care if I want to be petty with you, then I'll be petty back. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do it first. I don't start nothing, so it won't be nothing. If
Don't
you don't
start
with
no
me,
shit. Don't be.
it will be okay.
Don't start no shit. Won't be
Like
no shit.
that's how I genuinely feel. So at the end of the day, I just want to lay eye just for a mental screenshot of who the person is, because I do feel like people play facades too. Like people act cool at first, and then things happen, and you end up finding out,
No.
oh well, she was so cool at
No,
first, but
for
then
real.
she find out, whoop, she be sitting up there kicking your kid ass when the daddy go to the store. So I need to be able to
But that is true, because
what
some
I'm saying?
people, especially when you get in relationships with people, they start getting jealous of your kids,
And that's
that's a sad
Absolutely.
thing. Like,
It's depending
baby,
on the type of relationship that person has with their kid. You know what I'm saying? Because you will get a person be like, man, this ain't my kid. They don't have the same level of love.
I do,
for your
though. I
child
do.
But then that means you don't need to be with that
It
person.
depends on the
'Cause
person.
because I can't see how people like, because y'all know I have stepkids, and I
Right.
literally love them like they're my own kids, and I didn't give birth to them.
My own, like stuff that goes
But not
on.
everybody
I
has
be
that
like,
intention,
I be like,
though.
make sure he don't do X, Y, and Z, whoop de whoop. And I was like, no, that's my bonus baby too. So I treat him literally like I would treat my own son that came out of my body. But
Right.
people don't have that level of, they don't think like that. They don't have that type of love for someone else's child. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, I trust him, but can I really trust you? I'm still getting to learn you. So it's just a mental note for me, just in case I have to kill you and I need to know exactly who to come to. I don't get the face mixed up.
No, that's nothing wrong with
If you
that.
do something to my kid, now if you do something to him, that's none of my business.
But
I feel like-
I do want to ask, going back to like the dating, because you said you dated in your 20s, and then
barely
now-
dated in my
and-
20s.
And then what about now? What is the difference between dating?
I just feel like
in
now
your
you
20s
know.
and 30s?
I just feel like now you know the intent. You know what happened.
I gotta pee.
Jessica would be the one to go pee.
Dang, girl, are we gonna pause this till she come back?
No.
I just feel like. What was your question again, Janique?
The difference
Before the
between
fountain
like,
of
So I feel like
Just-
now, like even reading this book. Sorry, I didn't say. I know this. The author's name is G.L. Hambert.
You were so off. You said Steve.
I said Stephen, but I'm bad. I am so bad, girl. Like it wouldn't even.
be gonna call you out.
I be making up names and
that's
shit.
look. That's where the petty come in.
That's what the petty comes
yeah,
in.
they're like, girl, didn't you just say his name? It was Steven for
G.L.
sure.
Lambert. I said Hambert.
It was for sure
Lambert.
Steven. It wasn't Hill, but it was for sure Steven.
Stephen Hill. He's like a freaking like relationship guru on Instagram. That's how I know I done got two different people mixed up.
That's what they mean by me being petty, y'all.
No, I just feel like dating in your 20s, dating in your 30s. Now you know. I feel like you know when you know somebody's into you. You know when somebody's interested. You know the games. And I feel like this book, even reading this book, kind of captures like because consistency is fucking key in anything, like
Right.
anything.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like if a man really wants to be with you, he would acknowledge that he wants to talk to you. He would
Right.
go all his way to talk to you, to be in your presence. He would. And if you're always questioning, like, why he ain't text me? Why he ain't call me? Like, why he ain't do this? He just ghosted me. Sis, it ain't you, it's him.
Right.
Like,
right.
and I think that at our age, I feel like at our age right now, we need to be comfortable in being rejected when it comes to that. Like, some women some women will beat their fucking selves up and be like, man, I haven't talked to him in 2-3 days. I text him, he's
start to
avoiding
blame
me.
yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
and
what
it's
did
like, what did
I
I
do
do wrong? And I really came to a point in my time, like, bitch, you do not have to. Sorry, I'm not trying to acknowledge myself as a bitch, but girl. It's not you, it's him. Like, it's okay. It's okay that you're not his cup of tea. I remember I went on Instagram a couple weeks ago and I was like, yo, I think my crush is gay because like literally like I slid in his DMs. I had texted him. I had like, tried to make a means of trying to like hang around with him and he would just ghost me. And I'd be like, what's wrong? Like, I don't understand. Like, and I'm like, you know what, girl, it ain't you, it's him. And I kind of felt like now some men are intimidated to even talk to me or even like.
That is so good.
Like to even talk to me or even like, because they think they fear rejection.
Yes.
Or like,
Yes. And I'm sorry. Can I say something on that? I'm sorry because that is a good point. I don't want to miss this. and it makes it hard too because nowadays you see people blasting people that are like, oh, they're thirsty. They've been in my DMs this many times, and it's just like it's to a point now where like probably men and women are like, oh, I don't want to. Ain't nobody about to be showing my text messages around.
That's true.
Like showing my text message. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to say that because that was.
Well, yeah, I feel like some women are just some beat themselves up when they are rejected by men that they're really interested in. And that's why I think it's important to have options.
Right.
Like, don't just be fully invested. And I said this to Jess too the other day. I say men that have great D
Say the word,
so
Shay.
bad. Men that have great dick are just so bad for you. Like why
She
does it have to be
said
so
toxic dick
man?
is the best dick.
It is, and it's like
She said
crazy.
that.
Like why is it always like
Girl,
that?
they know what they offering.
Exactly.
They know what they offering.
It's like, dang, why you gotta act like this towards me?
They always
And it's
said
like-
broke me.
Right.
They said broke me and always got the best dick.
Because that's all they got to offer. That's all they got to offer.
Yeah,
They said, I'm going to work on this.
Right.
They're like,
be
shit,
mine.
this
This
dick
gonna
about
be
to be my ticket, my meal ticket.
Right there.
Shit, I'm about to have somewhere to live and food
Right,
every
exactly.
night.
Look, it's like, why are you still in my life?
Buying me Birkins. Okay. Shoot.
See.
Yeah. Oh, you see that car outside?
gonna be buying me
Look,
Birkins.
Look,
What?
you see that car outside? This D brought it.
He brought that.
Like, what you do for
there's
it?
some
What you
men
do?
out there
What you
that
do?
are Miami.
Look at what you do for a living. Lay down the pipe.
That's a shame.
Oh, look.
might be on their
Look, I'm in the plumbing. What kind of plumbing you do?
Lay down the pipe.
Pipe cleaning.
I'm a pipe cleaner.
Yeah,
Clean
yeah.
this bitch.
Sometimes I
I
fill
clean
it
this
up.
bitch every night, and I get exactly what the hell I want.
Yeah, I can't take care of man.
But I want to know the difference between the men you were dating in the like when you're in your 20s versus the men now.
Shush, don't ask her that goddamn question.
Why?
you
I
can't.
Yeah, you can't ask her that goddamn question.
Because there ain't nothing motherfucking changed for men and now, girl.
Hey, shit. And Marshay spins the block. Marshay spins the block. She don't be like, let me go on a different block. Let me go back down that block again.
But when I went down that block again, though, I went down that block knowing what it was.
Yes,
already.
it was toxic
I
dick.
didn't set myself up to be like, okay, we're gonna try this again.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no, I set myself up like, okay, he knows how to give great dick. I'm about to go over to his
Also,
house.
he led with dick.
Yeah, and ended with dick, and I spin the block to go back to that dick. So
It ain't nothing wrong
There
with
ain't
it.
nothing
wrong with it.
Especially if I know your intentions. If I know what
That's
it
what
is,
and that's
and
what I
you can't
respect.
get
But
mad.
once you get that
can't
emotional
mad.
attachment, because
Exactly.
girls do get that
And women-
emotional
yes,
attachment.
yes.
They
And I
expect
feel
to
sorry for
change this
them.
man. And
Yes.
I done spun the block lots of times in my 20s, and it was what it was for.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with it.
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
it.
with that at
You knew
all.
what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
You knew what it was, and you were just like, well, at least I know what I'm getting.
And that's why, and yes,
At
and
least
that's
you know
what I
you getting
said.
this, because then what's I think was worse is that you going on different blocks and trying different
Girl,
blocks.
that's that. You supposed to try different blocks.
yeah.
What you talking
What I'm
about?
saying is,
But what I can say, no, but let me say
women
something.
do it too.
What I do respect the
not at
fact
the
is
same
that
time.
yes, you can do whatever you want. Men do the same thing.
single.
Women do the same. It don't matter. Ain't no
so you
ain't no
think that
double
you should-
standard.
y'all think
If you're single, you
If
shouldn't
you're
have to
single and
worry
that's
about
what you-
none
I
of
feel
that.
like everybody's different, but if you're single and
That's what-
you're
but we
doing,
just-
it's
that's
nothing,
ex-
that's
no, don't
nothing
get me
with that.
wrong. Don't get me wrong about like being able to
Men do it.
they do. Okay.
Exactly. We
they
gotta
do it all
stop
the
doing this
time.
double
Do that
standard.
shit all the
We
time.
talk
no,
about
no.
Brittany Renner.
I'm definitely not a double standard type of person. I'm just saying, for me, I just was like, it wasn't like I talked to different people, but I didn't.
See, and I haven't had the opportunity to talk to different people as of yet, because I feel like that self has not been presented to me
So,
to do
Marsha,
that.
can I be? Did you ever have a phase when
what?
you and your
Like a
significant
whole
other-
phase?
We all have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever have that phase?
I'm having that phase right now.
You
Okay,
better
all right.
you better
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Come on,
Phase
snap,
right now.
snap, snap, bitch.
I'm
Yes.
in that phase right now.
Yes,
No problem. I
snap,
feel like-
bitch.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit
Remember, bring it on spirit fingers.
I really feel like, why not? Like, I didn't have a chance to do that in my 20s, and I feel like in our 20s we have that stigma behind, like, oh, she a hoe.
Right.
But she a hoe with some type of purpose of what she doing.
Right.
Her shit.
Come on
I feel
now.
Like people are we have this standard of a she a hoe, she's talking to such and such. But when men do it, it's no fucking different.
It's no different.
And I feel
Facts.
like women, I feel like now when they say options, we think of hoe. Like, absolutely not. Right. Like, freaking, when Jasmine Sullivan came out with
roster.
I said, that is so true. Like, if you're in your prime and this is me, like, dating other people to get what it is that you feel like you deserve.
Right.
And dating other people has allowed me to, you know, experience those things that I maybe wasn't experiencing in my relationship.
Facts.
Like, you know, and I'm not just settling on just this one person because he is exposing me to certain things that I wasn't feeling in my wasn't experiencing in my relationship. So I feel like allow that, but don't just put all your eggs in one basket with this person because
you better
it's
say
one of
that.
the things that he was doing that I wasn't getting in my other relationship. No, go date another person who's going to tell you something.
Preach, bitch, you got listen, do bitch, y'all tell me praise dance right now. You better say that.
Because the other dude might put his toe in you put your toe in his mouth.
Girl, I have had that. I have had that.
Where the fuck?
I love that.
Hey, one dude might be doing all the things, and then this other
No, but
dude
it's true.
Go
It's
around,
true.
go around the corner and he didn't put the toe
But
in his mouth.
it's go ahead.
So, when do you feel like you would know? Like, I want to. I think I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket for you. Like,
I really feel like, and some of the things, and so, even speaking with some of my friends that are married, or some of my friends who are with their significant other, or even reading these books, they're like, you're gonna know when you know. Like, you're just gonna know. You're not gonna have to question. You're gonna know. And I feel like that's gonna be me. And I'm not gonna be putting that. Oh, he's the one. That's bae right there. Like, no, I'm not gonna be putting a title over it before he even shows me what he's capable of.
I really think that honestly, it's not really. I mean, it is a woman's choice, absolutely. So don't think I'm saying that. What I'm saying is, it's really the man to put that out there. Because unfortunately for me, I think that women, we have expressed when we like someone.
Oh,
but
say
really,
that.
at the end of the day, it's really honestly the man really showing that true, genuine interest in you to the point where I know you want me.
Right. Because as women, we're going to be emotional.
Yeah, I'm choosing you because you're making it, you're putting out there that you want me, opposed to you wanting him, and then you're saying, okay, well, this is who I'm going to make my man, but really, he's not really working as hard to get you. Right. So you want them kind of more obsessed
Well, you know what?
you than you are with them.
No, and you know what? Another thing I like, too, is that with this like era now, it's like I think it's important for you when we're dating and I'm starting to like you, I need to know up front, hey, what are we doing? Like, is this what, like, ask them up front, like, know your intentions, because, and have that conversation in the beginning, because if they tell you up front, like, and this goes for men or women, like, I'm not looking for that, I'm just kind of chilling, like, at least you know where you are at in that.
Change their mind.
They do, but that's why I said just don't go in there.
They might want to tell you what you want to hear. That's why I don't. You can tell me how you feel, but I'm gonna go off of your actions. So if you saying this is what you want, and I want us to work out or do this and that, I'm gonna go off your actions.
You my apple sweetie pie,
Bundt
cake.
Bundt cake. Is it a nothing? Is it a nothing bundt cake?
How obsessed are you with me to where I feel like that honey?
Right, I feel it.
Right. I feel
that.
You know what I'm saying? Because really, you have to choose me. It's like, and then at that point, you choosing me, I choose you back. But at the same time, it's like they have to put in that work first.
Right.
Because I could sit up there and like you all day and want to make you my man, but if you're not giving me that energy, then what difference does it make?
Right. And what I love too, Marshay, is that you're not settling. There's
no.
so many
and you're
women.
not thirsty.
You're not thirsty, but so many women jump out of a relationship just to jump in.
And that was
another
me. And that was
relationship.
me when I initially broke up with him, like the first go around and cut off all communication. That was me because that was me being stupid and being like, oh, okay, I'm finna one up on him.
But you learn. I feel like
you learn.
Everything that you go through is as long as you didn't
and you was
stay,
it was your early
and
20s.
waste, you didn't stay and say and become content, because a lot of women just stay and they're content and they're afraid. It's a fear of, I don't want to be single, so I'm going to settle for this person. But you don't realize that the person that's really for you is waiting right outside, but you're with the person that's not for you because you're so content and you're just settling for somebody that's really not for you.
Right.
Or you're just not happy. So I love the fact that you're not, okay. And of course you went through that phase, but you learned.
And I wish that like, not to say like I wish we didn't get back with each other, because we didn't get back with each other, our beautiful daughter wouldn't be here. But I wish I would have allowed myself that time, because I was bored. That's what it was. It's like, that's why we got back with each other. Because I was like, man, like my roster ain't kicking off. I'm sitting here bored as hell. So let me just
go back. Let me spin the block again.
Let me spin the block again. Let me see. Like, and I just feel like, and that is just, you are making long-term decisions off of temporary fucking feelings.
Yes.
Like, and it's like, you don't realize that until after. Then years down the line, you unhappy. And God like, well, you went that direction, so I gave it to your ass. So I'm going to let you go down that path. And so I told myself, this go around, Marshay, you cannot have that same mentality. Like, you need to go out and spend time by yourself. Because all my life, I have taken care of my family. It's always been like, you know, even throughout college, I was taking care of my 2 little brothers. And then boom, like, you know, have my daughter, taking care of my family at the same time. And so it's like, now when is the hell you going to take care of yourself?
Ooh,
like, this was why I was like, this is the time for you to do that. Go out and go travel with your friends who are single. Go out there and go be a hoe, however you want to say it. Go out there, have them options. Go out, and you know what I'm saying? So that way, when it's time for you to settle down with that person, you have done X, Y, and Z, and you like, okay,
been there,
I'm
done
ready.
that.
So,
you know
I got a question for you because
that was a preaching moment.
Yeah, that is. I'm telling you, she preaching. Y'all better get these gems. Y'all better get these gems while y'all can get them, okay? I have a question because, you know, of course, me going to school to be a therapist and working on mental health. How has what have you done mentally for yourself, like, after your breakup and getting into the dating world? What have you done for yourself and learning to be single? Like, that transition is a huge transition with being with somebody with, you know, for 11 years. So, because I know you have been to therapy. And so what are some things that you have done for yourself as far as like self-care?
Man, I journal a lot. I journal a lot, and sometimes like I'll look back and be like, "Girl, you stupid as fuck right here."
Yeah, that's like, I love that.
Like, you are so stupid right here. Like, what the hell?
I love
back
that.
to like 3 years ago. Like, damn.
That's so good.
So I journal a lot, and I still to this day journal a lot because it not only that, it checks off my goals or it checks off certain things. Like, damn, girl, you was over here in this era, like acting a goddamn fool. So now I feel like. The self-help, that growth, therapy, definitely talking to friends that are like, you know, have been through that, and literally just like God too, having conversations with him. Like, yes, I'm not in church, but I still have a relationship with God.
And ain't nothing wrong.
So ain't nothing wrong with me. Like, you know, of course, I haven't been in church in a while, but I still have my relationship with God. And no one can ever take that away from me. But definitely God, and knowing like what it is that I deserve, like, and using this whole experience as a actual process of getting better for myself. So like, whether if I'm like dancing, just having an outlet, like not running away from my feelings, but actually like, you know, letting myself know, like, child, you have manifested and put forth effort into everything that you touch. There has to be a man that's at the end of this. There has to be a man coming along that's going to be any and everything that you always wanted to be and have in a relationship. So that's why I'm not like, God, where is he? Why can't I, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not being thirsty, trying to, like, find myself in a man that is, like, you know, giving me temporary feelings because he wants to stroke my ego just to get into my pants.
I love that with everything in me, because I do believe that when you are transitioning into that next step of being in a relationship to being single, working on yourself is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. So the fact that you're taking this time and you've done so much of, like, self-work is so important. And I think in journaling, oh my God, you know, girl, I went over here, like, you already know.
I'm over here
that is
because in my little break, I also learned how to.
What you do?
What you learn how to do? What the hell your ass learn how to do? Because I'm over here talking about some.
Because y'all being deep, and I was like, yeah, in the process of me trying to be deep and journal and do all that stuff too that I went through, but I also learned myself.
Like, oh yeah, she learned herself all right. Wait, what you?
You don't know.
You know what? I can't stand her. I was about to get real deep. This bitch just took it to the left. She learned herself. I bet you did. What's her name? Rose what?
What's his name?
Rose. What's Rose? Rose what?
First of all, I don't need no gadgets. So
oh, this bitch done got what's the hands, fingers, names?
I'm just saying, you just learn how to please yourself.
Hey, ain't that? Listen, that is
all day. Ain't nothing wrong with having a pleasure.
I can't listen. I ain't gonna even say what I was gonna say.
I don't feel no kind of way when me.
You better not.
No,
How you go if you don't listen? If you don't know how to
That
fuck
makes you
yourself,
wanna depend
how you
on the
expect?
man.
Yeah, if you can't fuck
And when
yourself,
when
how
you
you?
come through, you better be better than this damn finger.
Yeah, but
or
I'm
whatever.
And that's how I felt.
But if you can't fuck yourself, why would anybody want to fuck you? So I ain't knocking you for that neither.
Okay,
Hey,
fine, yeah.
but I was gonna get deep. Now the bitch done turned it to the
I
left.
know, because when I was seeing y'all, I was like, yeah, journaling.
But
I'm like,
journaling-
but you was you also helping yourself?
Of course she. Of course we.
Yeah. Because that's all a part of the struggle and the journey.
Man, it is
self-help.
It is. It is lonely as hell too. I would literally there are days where I'll sit on my couch with nowhere to go, and I could definitely easily call somebody and be like, "Oh, let's go out to do this," but I'm like, no, because I don't want that. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather just be by myself than to try to entertain myself because I'm bored. And when you're bored, that's
You
temporary.
make bad
feelings.
decisions.
Yes. And so I'm like, it's
Oh,
not
my
even worth my
God.
time. So
And then when you make the bad decision, then
You
you
be
walk away, you be like, that wasn't even.
And you know
what
what? The
it
beauty
needed
of
to
being
be.
single too is that, like you said, you get bored, but you're happy. You're in a
Yes.
happy place. So if a man come along and you not a part of this happy place and you're bringing bad vibes or bad energy,
You gotta
no,
go.
I'd rather be happy by myself than
Exactly.
be doing bad with you.
Yes,
So
yes.
no,
Yeah.
but
I like that.
love
I think that
Makes
is
me
so
feel about
important.
that movie,
And I
doing
think it's
bad all by myself.
doing all bad all by myself. No, I'm doing good all by myself. You just bringing that bad energy, so
Yeah.
you need to go.
Because speaking on that, me and Jessica was talking a couple weeks ago, and I was telling her how, and I was talking to one of my guy friends, well, like one of the ones I was dating, and like I can get a biased opinion from him, and like they both had two different, opinions on it. But I was like, I don't think it's fair for me to talk to a man who's mentally like still struggling. Like, it's not fair for me.
You
It's
better.
not fair for
Come
me.
on
'Cause
now.
I feel
Y'all better listen
because
to
I
what this
feel-
girl's saying right now.
I feel like it's not fair for me to continue to every single time that, you're struggling with something. Like, if we're in a relationship together and we're struggling in that aspect of our relationship, yes. But I feel like if you like, man, I couldn't talk to you today because I'm going through this and that, then you ain't for me. I don't have time for that to be put on a back burner because you're going through this. Like, I'd rather already have a healed man, so then that way when it's time for me to, be in front of you, you're telling me, yeah, I went through this and this is how I dealt with this.
And the beauty of that is that your energy is gonna rub off on him. So whatever man
Exactly.
comes your way,
Yeah.
he's gonna feed into your energy.
Yes.
That's why I feel like what you put out there, that's the type of man you're gonna get. So if he know, oh, she got her shit together, she doing X, Y, and Z. Let me get my shit together
Yeah.
before I approach her. 'cause
Right.
This is the type of energy she's bringing. To the
But let me
table.
tell you
So I'm bringing
something.
the same energy.
You dropped another gem. Mental struggle is worse than physical struggle.
Yes.
Like if you are mentally struggling, and that's why it's so especially with black men. You know what I'm saying? They're taught to be strong. They're taught to like not talk about it. They're taught to like you got to be this strong
Right.
black man in
Don't
society.
cry. You
Don't
can't cry.
cry.
You
Don't
can't-
show emotion.
Don't show emotion.
Mental struggle is so hard because you don't mentally know someone.
Yeah.
I could physically see that you're weak. I could physically see that you're sick. I could see, but mentally, I don't know that you're struggling. I don't know what's going on in your brain.
Yeah.
So that is so big and so deep that like if you are someone who is mentally struggling, I can't. That's a harder struggle.
It is.
That's
I
a
don't
harder.
have
That's a
time to
harder
really,
fight.
Like, because I've been through there too. Like, the only thing I can offer you is my advice of how I gone through. But if this is a continuing thing while we're dating, you're not for me. I don't have time for that.
Right.
Because when are you going to give me time for us and able to grow into our, like, or if your intention is to really date me, like, I really don't have time for you to be like, oh, I didn't talk to you today because like this and this happened. Like, you know
Especially
what I mean?
when you're in a good space and they're not.
and
And they're in
yeah.
it, like I said, it's that energy. Like if you giving off bad energy, it's gonna rub off on me.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
completely understand.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
deep. I like that.
deep.
So I'm glad that those are things that you look at, and that just goes to show what I really respect about you, Shay, is that you can tell that you've been working on yourself. It's not just like something people are like, oh, I'm working on it. Like you can tell that you're doing the work, and that's why I think with you going out here dating, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be a breeze for you to know your person,
Yeah.
Right.
because you've done so much self work.
Yes.
So I think that that's good, and even the fact that you've been with you were in that relationship for so long, and now you're just like, look, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't no point to jump into it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
chilling, and I cannot complain. Like we co-parent so well, so well. I don't have to question anything. Like he shows up when he's supposed to, and I am so blessed and grateful for that because there's a lot of women out here who have baby daddy drama, whose man ain't showing up for this and for that, and I'm just very grateful. Like I have nothing to complain when it comes to that aspect, and so
Ain't it a blessing?
Yes.
definitely. Yeah, I'm just
So-
waiting for whoever he is to come, whenever he is.
You look over there.
He is going to
Oh, I
come.
thought you looked. bitch looked over there to the right. We got some.
We got male energy in the room.
We got some male energy.
We got male energy in the room. And I said, Marshay looking over there.
Yeah.
Is it somebody?
No, I'm just out putting it out
Put it
there.
out. Put it in this house. Right.
It was,
Give it to
look.
she could be talking to whoever's
It was
watching this.
giving one of you niggas better say something at the end of this. One of y'all better say something at the end of this. It was giving. Okay.
No, I appreciate you, Shay. I think that this was really good. I think you dropped a lot of gems. I think that this was a good topic. And the reason why we decided to do dating, because of course we talked about marriage in our last pod, but everybody ain't married. Yes. So I think it is important for us to cater to everyone who's dating, single. Like, it's important to like go out there and understand that you don't need to be married. You could be single and content. We got somebody here sitting in this chair who's single and she's content. Not, she eventually wants to be with someone right now, but she's content with her singleness, and she is until the person comes along. And being single is not always bad. So I thought that
it's not at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many advantages.
I had fun in my single life.
Yeah.
I had fun in my married life too, but I had fun in my
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
But I feel like in your 20s.
No,
Like
I was shaking ass.
before. Yeah, I was shaking ass.
I was shaking ass.
We was shaking ass.
Jessica, this
Oh yeah,
girl.
we was Hollywood Boulevard.
This heifer was
Bitch,
always
we was in
I need
Hollywood.
to say what I gotta say because she tried to play me, and
What'd she say?
tried to be. Toya just played me.
What'd she say? What'd she say? Toya, I love Toya here.
Toya needs to get on. I said Toya
She
needs to get on
said
the
we
mic.
was shaking ass, and she said, "What ass?"
Oh, well, you know she had to say that towards you because that show ain't going towards me.
Let me tell you something.
Because I got ass.
Okay.
Jess and Janice swear they got dunks.
I got ass. Bitch, I don't know about you. Listen, I don't know about your ass. I don't know about y'all, but I know I got ass, okay?
Look, I got ass, and I don't need to walk around with an ant body to have ass.
So, no, we are not about to do that.
I'm just saying,
It's the delusion for me.
It's the delusion for me, Janique.
It's the delusion.
It's the delusion,
You know.
Janique. Bitch. Don't make me get up. Listen, just because Toy, let them know who got the biggest ass on this area over here.
Toya.
Just yell the name.
You see,
just yell the name. Just yell the name. We ain't gonna. Listen. Just yell the name. I ain't gonna get mad.
No, Toya, yell the name.
Seriously.
Who got
the biggest ass?
The biggest ass.
I know, but who got the? I know you don't.
Baby don't have ass, but now she said I don't look at y'all asses.
Okay, who got the biggest? Who got the ass over here out of us three? Which one? Toy.
That means no comment.
No comment.
That means
Okay.
no comment. None of you.
So if you had to eliminate two, which one would you be?
Came up my nose.
Stand up. Okay, are we standing up? Are we standing up? Because listen,
I'm not standing up.
First
But
of all,
it's the
Toy.
point that Marshay almost
just eliminate
was near death.
two. Toy, if a gun was to your head right now, you had to eliminate two. Which one you going to eliminate? Thank you.
Oh my God.
If y'all don't see that, Toya
girl,
pointed to me.
Pointed to you.
You pointed to no. Thank you very much. And if you do not know, told
This
you.
is Dom
Okay.
speaking, and I should never be a contestant. I know what I don't have, and that ain't it. So
Oh my god.
I never
That's why I
entered.
love y'all.
I never entered the competition. Okay, so y'all know what that now, Janique. Now you know, girl. You ain't got it, sis.
You ain't got it.
I got it.
You ain't
I
got it.
something back there, but okay.
I ain't
y'all
got
can
it.
paint all y'all want to. Okay.
But anyways, like we was talking about, I don't know how we got on ass. But what do we talk about? Oh, we was shaking ass. That's what we was
Shaking
doing.
ass,
We was
yes.
shaking ass.
I just feel like in your
Monday-
20s, you're just not in that space.
Yeah. And y'all did it though. Like y'all, both of y'all. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
y'all both. I feel like I was always in a relationship.
Yeah.
From high school, senior year of high school, all the way until the end of my 20s. Like I feel like I've always been in a relationship, but I feel like y'all two are the epitome of going out and doing
Yeah, we did
Shaking
it.
ass.
stupid
We-
shit with
yes.
your friends. And I feel like y'all have. So it's like you are at right to be like, yes, I'm happy in my marriage.
Right.
Because I've done that. Like I haven't. And so like me, I feel like there's nothing wrong because
Oh,
versus somebody at
absolutely
46 be like, girl, you are 36 years
I ain't
old in
gonna
your
hold you.
prime. Girl, go
I ain't
out
gonna
there and go
hold
live
you.
your life.
Yes.
You know you was locked down in your 20s, but now that you out here shaking ass in your 30s.
Yes.
But the thing,
Girl.
But you get to have that
in your 30s,
experience.
but the
though.
thing
You
is
get
that you're not gonna go. You didn't go in about it in the way that we probably went about it in our 20s.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In our 20s, it was just like,
that's okay.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
But now you know you're very
That's how I
selective in
was.
how you want to
Very.
move or whatever. Well, nah.
Because I have a lot to lose, and I cannot
Absolutely,
have just
right.
a random
So it's
person.
nothing-
But
Yeah,
you
nothing
but you
wrong
said
with it.
something really deep in the beginning. You said dating in your 30s. What you say? Dating in your 30s like dating in your 20s with money.
Exactly. Yep. It is.
That's a gym.
And you ain't got to- yeah.
That's a gym. Doom 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 doom. No, for real, because that's when you got your money. That's when you got your career. That's when you got you could do it. So I mean, so I appreciate you being here today. And
Thank y'all for having me. I'm so excited. I hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings. Who's on
Girl.
here.
Marshay,
you was speaking.
Marshay, you know I normally have a good track record of hooking people up.
Okay, girl. Well, make
Ooh.
sure
You better make sure that bitch can turn her head twice, because this bitch, if she don't turn her head one time, it ain't for her.
But no, I said, Jessica, what Dominique brother name?
Oh my God! Oh my God! We're not doing that.
First of all, ew.
I said, Jessica, what? I said, her brother is cute. I didn't know that.
Ew.
But yeah.
Oh snaps!
Anyway, if
Dave?
you do decide, Dominique, just know what the criterion is.
Ew. That's when it comes
She
to
said, "I'm
ew,
just saying."
That's
ill, Dominique.
That's an ew.
That's an ill. That's an ill.
That's an ew.
No, for real. Because somebody say that about my little brothers, I'll be like, ugh.
Nah,
go
Jessica
ahead.
Jessica too, though.
Okay, y'all been
right to say that.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Toya, yeah, my brother.
Thank you. Toya's in the room, and Toya can touch
Okay,
and
I'm about
agree
to listen.
that she got some brothers.
No.
Yes.
Especially that Joshy.
Oh, Josh.
Why you know Josh is gonna listen. But you know what? No, Josh was so like. I used to have a crush on Josh in high school.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. And Jessica could not fucking stand me in high school. And I
Oh, we
remember
didn't like each other.
I used to call Josh on the phone. I'd be like, hey, and I'd be like, hey, can I talk to Josh? She was like, hold on.
I couldn't stand.
Hold on.
Y'all, it's so
But
crazy.
it's
how-
crazy
I
because I
can't.
never like after high school, like Josh was just like the
'Cause
bro.
he had-
But I don't know
yeah.
why I had a crush on Josh
I
back
love
in
his
high school. But I just
personality.
love
Oh,
Josh.
yeah, I love.
Like,
Yeah.
Energy.
Yes.
It's crazy because
amazing.
everybody usually have a crush on Brian.
Yeah, but he's a little bro.
He is the little bro, but I have so many people like Brian is the finest, and I'm like,
Brian is
all
handsome.
of them. But you know, yeah, they are very. I love my brother's personalities. They all have good personalities.
do.
And they're all good men.
They are. Well, some of them.
Oh, dog.
we can do two out of four. 2 out of 4 gotta make the list. We can do 2 out of 4.
Bitch, you shady.
Listen, we know
But
them
yeah,
2 out of
Dominique,
4.
if you have some contenders, just make sure that ask Jessica first, because Jessica be like,
Ugh.
show him Jessica
Dom don't know
first,
what
and
you're
Jessica
looking for, so,
Jessica gonna be like, okay, yeah, no, she not gonna.
She has a type. Let me tell you,
have a
Marshay
type.
has a type. I want to tell you her type.
It ain't
It's light skin, short with little hands.
No, it's not. It is not. I'm gonna need you to stop that narrative, girl.
But no, please,
I'm
let me
just
know.
joking. I'm just joking. That's not her type.
Tell
It
them.
ain't nothing wrong with a little dick either. There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen,
As long
I
as
said
you
little
know
hands,
what
bitch.
to do.
Listen, bitch.
But
I
they
said little
always
hands.
say that narrative. Man, they got little
Listen.
hands, got little penises.
So based off of
Bitch, I just said little hands. I literally said little hands. I didn't say little dick, bitch.
But
I didn't
it
want you
always-
to. I didn't want to
that's
put
the
nobody
equation.
on.
That's like a 1+1. You got small hands, you got a small dick.
oh, well, that's not true.
It's not.
You know somebody with a
Or
small
short.
hands that has slongs.
That's a slong lie. That's a slong lie. They got the
always-
enhancement. You know them little
It's always
surgeries with the
short
enhancement.
men. It'd be the short men that be having schlongs.
Use a short man lie.
I'm just telling you my
Okay, so
experience.
Jessica, you had an experience with a man with short.
Listen,
small
listen.
hands.
We're not gonna talk. I'm talking about. That's not true.
Okay, girl.
Oh, well, we
It-
don't.
That's not true. Short hands, short hands. I mean, little hands.
On that?
Yes, I studied it. I studied it.
It's been short.
You
It's been
ain't studied.
small hands, small men that be having. How did you carry that?
Because
It's part of your body.
that's not real.
This thing is taller than your whole body. Where did you put it?
No, listen, they got the surgery.
Where did you tuck it?
Okay. Listen, use a damn lie. I'm sorry because that's a lie.
I want
They got-
Jessica to give me a brief what you think, because as friends, you could kind of see the what.
Well,
type of
especially, and I
guy.
can't even say from experience. I just know a lot of my friends who have talked to like short, men with little hands.
I have
They
to
say
say one
Vienna
person that's
Vienna
short,
sausages.
So you can't say that is my MO because
That's not
But
true.
you can't base
You
it
like
off
short
of
She just
men.
said she likes
Jessica.
short men with small hands.
I was
No.
just playing. I said
But do you like short men?
No, I don't have a problem with short men. You gotta be a
You
little
see
taller
she-
than me,
you
though.
see
'Cause
that
I'm already
stutter?
little, but I'm just saying though.
How
I have
tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Okay, so he have to be taller.
Definitely
than you.
has to be taller than me.
if he is 5'3",
I literally be like 5'6".
who are you
Jessica,
seeing as 5'3"?
Shut the fuck up. Why did you say if he's 5'3"?
No, if he's 5'3", I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to stare at you directly in your face.
Because
if
you
we're
put on
standing together.
heels, you only go wear 2-inch heels.
Exactly. Like, no, we're not gonna be
Who has
looking.
2-inch heels nowadays?
We're not gonna be
kitten
looking.
heels. Walking around with some kitten heels.
I'd rather wear my damn dunks if I'm gonna walk around in some
So
damn
you don't
2-inch
want to
heels.
be a Nico and Kevin. You don't want the Nico and Kevin.
No.
Okay, all right.
But definitely a man. You already know.
She
He
wants
has to be
Kevin
good.
money though.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay,
I'm
but
just
you'll
joking.
be a Nico for Kevin money.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm just joking.
We not.
I'm lying.
Oh my God.
But like I said, he just has to have some type of substance. He has to be goal oriented for sure. And like, I don't mind if he has 1 kid, 2 kids. I'm like, because me, I'm at the type where I'm just like, I don't know if I want another kid or not. But maybe with a husband, yes.
Well, I just want to put it out there. So after this episode, I want to just put that out there. So men, if you are, she's 5'1". She has real beautiful hair, Filipino and black. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so you know what? We got to wrap it up, ladies. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Marshay.
Thank you for
joining
being here.
us.
You
We
did amazing.
appreciate you.
Yes.
And we'll bring the fellas on next time.
Yep.
We got to talk to the
Oh,
guys.
we're definitely gonna get the guys.
Get their perspective
And
on
then we're going to
dating.
have, I think we should also play a game, probably have women and men play a game at one point.
Yeah, have the
cute.
men and the women, single
Y'all
men,
fun.
single men.
And see
Yeah,
how
maybe
petty
we can
y'all are.
play matchmaker too.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
yes.
I'll come back for that.
Oh, let's do a
Yes.
matchmaker.
I
Oh,
would
that'd
like
be
that.
so
I
fun.
like that. I like that idea.
I may have somebody for
Oh,
you.
I may have somebody too.
Yes. Make sure he's taller
Okay.
than me. Make sure he's taller
And
than
he
me.
ain't got small
Dominique.
hands. He ain't got small
Lord.
hands.
No,
Okay.
he has a nice job.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, let's wrap
Okay,
this
y'all,
up,
let's wrap it up. Thank y'all for
you
tuning in.
to the Sassy Spin podcast.
And you guys know where you can reach us.
At Instagram, right?
Instagram, the
Gmail.
Sassy Spin the Sassy Spin at Gmail.
Yes, at Gmail.
At Gmail.
And you already
Instagram,
the
Facebook.
Sassy
We need to
Spin.
get a TikTok though, and YouTube.
Yeah, I don't
YouTube.
got it. Okay.
All right, you guys, we out.
I don't have TikTok.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for having me.